like copy and
Egnards.
paste my bot
Didn't
link.
didn't Kunk set
Yeah.
that up? Because I gave him like the full permissions to do
hmm
that.
No, no. I told him no. I would rather
Yeah.
because I don't want to. I don't like when it does like if I do a short or something, it would push that out, and I don't want all
Mm.
that stuff pushed out, and I felt like it was really annoying.
That's why I had said like I like doing it myself just because I can do a thing. Like I can do it very quick.
Yeah, yeah. You can type it out yourself. I don't mind because I like pre-type it out, and then boom, I just do it like right now. So and then so I have one like a dead Discord, so I can just like pull the link, push it on, and then I
Yeah.
pre-type everything. I just copy the link over, paste it on, and then it's that easy. Okay. Can you see if you got your Bombad notifications? Oh, there you go. We got some people, so probably. Hey, Serpenter and SWGOH gameplay, how's it going? I don't have chat on here, so
That's okay. My chat's going to be a little delayed then, but that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. How's it going, guys? So you got Egnards and I double teaming. So this is
Yeah,
a
which is always fun.
yeah a work in progress. So we gotta see how this is gonna go. So I will say, if anyone hasn't got a review from, I have reviewed probably most of your guys. If you want insights for both of us, I am opening it up for live reviews as well, and we'll see how that goes. So if people want to review live, I'm more than happy to do that, just so that we can. I do like the live reviews personally. So
It,
yeah,
I've definitely found it's nice, when people are there because then they can
yeah,
answer all of my questions.
yeah. So I feel like in this format right now, we should. It would be good if we can get some more interaction. Hunt him down. It's going well. Going well. Welcome to the Twitch land as well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and start with this one first. Sweet mass, sweet sassy
It's
molassy.
sassy.
Yeah, sweet sassy molassy. All right, so I am gonna pull it up on my game first, just because I am comfortable with that format, and then as we go through, uh, did I miss a number? Yeah, 5. I do have to read. Did he post something in Discord? Like I imagine he probably posted
He
his
actually did not, which is strange. He
what?
usually is very good about that. And I messaged him yesterday. I think he just got busy, but I still wanted to do this anyway because I have done stuff for him in the past, and I do think it is more of an efficiency game for him.
That's
He is in K2. He should have pretty good assault battle viability, so we shouldn't have too many problems there. But yeah, I mean, 7.7 million GP, we might.
yeah, 7.7 million GP and the low end of Kyber 2 is good.
I just hit Kyber 1 last night,
Yeah, I saw
so I'm excited
congratulations.
about that. We'll see how long that
Congratulations.
lasts. See if I'm there for very long.
All right. So, 7.7 million GP overall, 4.3 in characters, 3.3 in chips. Not a lot of time played. A year and I'm sorry, 2 years and a few months. 2 years, like 2, 3 months. So not bad for what he has
Yeah,
in
and
his
he's one of those
account.
guys that only has two GLs, so being in K2,
Well,
it's
he has like, but he has the Leviathan, he has the Profundity, he has Leia, and he has JMK. So by choosing, as far as like Bane, so as far as like his top tier, like what he chose, he did choose the top tier of like characters that are just really efficient um in Grand Arena because you can even like just JMK. I don't advocate for people to get farm for JMK, but JMK by itself can push you into Kyber if you throw him on defense on that front bottom wall, and you have the offensive power to like clear 2 zones more efficiently.
I think he's definitely listening to your GAC advice because I'm like, man, you got to do the backbone first, and he's going full gack, and it's working for him, man. If you're in K2 and you've only been playing for 2 years or so, good for you,
Yeah, I don't advocate for what he's doing. I really don't. Because it's a long and lonely road, and because he's been playing for 2 years, he does have a decent amount of GP, but not a lot of stuff because he just aimed really high, and that stuff takes a long time to
Long time.
farm. Yeah, so I noticed a lot of because I'm sure you probably noticed this too. Like Lord Vader farmers, it's either like your first or your last GL. So, and
Yes.
those who farm them first, they have not a lot of stuff in their account because it's a really long farm for a first GL. So it really slows down their progress.
If you go for Vader first, it's because you love Vader. And that's what I've found so far. Nobody goes for him first if they want to be efficient. It's because, hey, I really want to do this because I enjoy the character and I love the character and I love the prequels. I grew up with the prequels, and I kind of advise against it, but they do it. I think he was like my fifth GL, but at the time there was only six, and actually SLKR was my last one. I
I
guessed wrong with Ray when she first came out.
I would say this guy is probably a spender. Like,
Yes.
yeah, because you can see, like Bo-Katan, there's no way, right? Like a
I don't
R7.
even have Bo-Katan
Yeah,
yet.
R7 Bo-Katan. So this guy is, like a cash spender. Like he's dropping some stacks on this. But he has an excellent like as far as like this is meta. This is like pure meta right here. As far as like Bo-Katan, JMK, Leia, like Rex. He has some really good stuff here. So I really like this account. I do.
I
JML
know. I
R
figured that
R3.
you would.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So he does have three GLs. He's
yeah.
just hidden. He just finished it
Hmm.
then. He probably finished it in the
Yeah.
last week or two.
Yeah, he's in
Uh,
that crunch that we all are with Zetas and yeah.
well, I have, I think, 380 Zetas, but I'm in a different
380. Yeah, you're
league. Can't say
yeah.
forever.
I have 41. Which is a lot for me, which is a
Well,
lot. But I'm unlocking Riva and like,
oh,
whenever we finish this,
jeez.
I have 5 shards away, so I'm gonna finish Riva here really soon and then
She's amazing.
yeah.
I love her just so, so, so much. One thing I do want to do here, I know I kind of said I
Hmm.
expected with him being in K2, probably already has his back and the other guy. I love it. He probably he probably already has a lot of the back end for the assault battles, but then seeing that he's only 7 million, the possibility is that maybe he doesn't. So one of the things I like to do first is look at that to kind of see what's important for him to go for and
Yeah, I agree with you.
steer him in
So
the right direction.
so he has
So
Sith with Leia. I imagine he probably has Rebels, right? Since he has
if we
since
go
he
through
has
Sith, he should be doing
yeah.
CT2,
So
CT3,
he
right?
has Rebels. He has Phoenix. He has
Right.
he has what was the other one? Oh, he has JML, which means he has Jedi.
So he should be doing places of power. He should be doing places of, not places of power. Ground war at CT3.
Yeah.
Military might should be CT3.
Hmm. The
I
only
don't
thing is
think he has
Imperial
Night
Troopers.
Sisters.
Yeah, well, he has Phoenix, so he has the R7.
Well, right. So he's
Yeah.
doing at
Hmm.
least CT1 there.
Yeah. So this is a huge one. Empire and droids. Empire and droids. So Imperial
So
Troopers
his droids, his separatists, he has a full separatist team.
would, but that's not going to get you.
R7.
Yeah, but that's not going to get
It'll
you
get you to
CT3.
CT2 though.
Yeah.
No, it will not. But it will get you CT2, and really CT1, CT2, in my opinion at least, is the most important.
And his
Um,
his Empire is real lackluster too, which means maybe
totally.
CT1. I don't know with the
Where's this?
Palp.
So there's an old cheese that I don't remember fully that we used to use, where you would use like General Grievous, Thrawn, like B1, and you could hit CT2 pretty handedly and like Chupio. I don't fully remember how we used to do it because it's been so long since I've had to.
What's that's
Um,
Empire and droids, right? Empire and droids. So
it's no, yes.
so
So the
he's
separatists are
fine.
very
Yeah,
old.
so he's fine. Yeah. So it's the bounty hunter ones. I because his bounty hunters are
The bounty hunters, I
you know
mean, definitely CT1 on
yeah.
auto. CT2, if he invested in mods to do it. I did it with CT2 with old bounty hunters. He's got some of the new bounty hunters. Um, but I mean, I think that's he doesn't
So
have Jabba yet, and that's going to be
yeah,
something that we're going to probably want to push on him. So I'm not too
yeah.
concerned about that.
So I would say like if it was just me, just Captain Amazing here chilling with Miss Sassy Molassy or Molassy Sassy, the Mass Salas, sweet Sassy Molassy. Yeah,
It's a
I'm just
fun
gonna
name.
yeah, just Sassy. I'm just gonna call him Sassy. That's all I can remember. So Sassy. So if I was with Sassy, just me and him, I would be saying Jabba. Well, obviously finish R9 JML, right? I'm sure everyone
Yeah,
here can
okay.
agree that he needs to R9 JML
So
right off the bat. But
this was a
after,
mistake.
so after that R9 JML, after that R9 JML, I would say like Jabba into Imperial Troopers would be great because Imperial Troopers is good for in Kyber 2 they I have noticed that I've started getting boxed out with Imperial Troopers. So I still can use them, but there's some where they're just getting boxed out, and it's like just like Wampa. Like the higher up you go, the more they're gonna box out your Wampa and your
Yeah.
Imperial
I
Troopers.
don't use my Wampa as much anymore, and I would, if I were a normal person, I'd agree with you on the Imperial Troopers, but I'm not a normal person, and my Imperial Troopers also suck, and you're the one who forced me to do Dark Trooper.
Yeah.
So I've actually been using mine more than I used to use, but that's
hmm
only because mine were crap before and I never used them.
Well, what are you using them on? Like Jedi
Uh,
Knight Revens or something, or the
I
the Sith
generally use
Empire?
them now. I use them now as like a cleanup.
Yeah, yeah. They're
Uh,
good GL cleanup.
Yes. So like Jabba, because I'm a turtle, because I put
hmm
all of my GLs on defense. For Jabba, if I Night Sisters them down to just Jabba, I'll use Imperial Troopers or like Afra now that the Datacron is gone, depending.
But I definitely I meant to ask you because I was like I was thinking about it the other day. I was like I wonder if he actually used Dark Trooper for anything.
I have been using him,
Yeah.
and he
hmm
does delete things, and I am happy with it.
Yeah.
I had the gear levels to do it, and
hmm
he's only R5. Maybe in the future I'll take him a little higher, but I'm pretty tight on my relic materials right now. So, you'll have to wait. Just like Bane is only R5, he's gonna have to wait too.
Yeah, I would if I
Until
had I don't unlock Bane until next one, but if I had him, he would be R7. I'm sure he's probably doing
R7 at least.
wonderful, yeah, wonderful things.
Even R5, he's doing
Mhm.
fine.
And that's what I say about Dark Trooper. Like a lot of people say like, oh, they deserve, X or they deserve that, but R5 is more than fine for Dark Trooper. There hasn't been anything that I needed them to do that they can't do. And of course I'm not going in and taking out like a full R8 or R9 Lord Vader that's like, my Imperial Troopers. Because at the top end, if you have like ridiculous relics and then you have,
Yeah,
Item Versio with God mods and she goes first, cleanses, and then you start that and you just like mow down Lord Vader. Yeah, it's possible, but I'm not that guy. Like I don't have the relic
yeah,
levels. I'm not gonna have the mods to like throw on Iden. So
do that.
top tier, yes, they can perform at like ridiculous levels, but you know, you need
But for
to.
Sassy, we have Bo-Katan, and Bo-Katan completely deletes
Oh
Lord
yeah,
Vader, so it doesn't
yeah,
even
but
matter.
I
And
would
once you
say
have Bane,
yeah, yeah. I would say for Sassy, I wouldn't say Imperial Troopers is like the end all be all for
no,
their what they're trying to do, which is Grand Arena. But if they're looking for like a solid team that at the very least can clean up a GL, which is very important too. Even in like TW having like a sol or in TW they're excellent. I always like always in TW and I don't think do you even play TW?
I do. I
Okay.
because I need the droid brains,
Yeah.
so I play and my guild makes me do things, and I do. I try to be on top of it.
So
But
people are asking how they get a roster review. So you guys, so we this one, we were gonna do first because Egnards and he requested a while ago. So, but if you guys want a roster review, go ahead and just drop your ally code, and then we'll get to you guys. I'll try to like keep you guys on a list the best I can. But go ahead, just drop your ally code, and then we'll get to you as we get to you.
now
Um,
we're all asking about Bay right here, and I don't know who he is talking about, but Bay for me is Marin, and
Bay.
and
So
Marin.
Bay is
Do
so
you have an
actually.
inside joke?
Yeah, so actually it's that's an Aldous Sandflies. Bay for him is Afra. So I don't
Oh,
have I don't
Afra's a pure luxury,
yeah, I don't
pure luxury.
I personally have no like I don't even think Grand Arena focused accounts should go for Afra. It like
No, and don't get
before
me wrong, I love my Afra. I
well
really do. Afra's very useful. I
I
just
would say
feel like
like
there's always
those.
something better.
Yeah, I would say those luxury GAC legendaries like like Star Killer or Bo-Katan or Afra. Afra would be the bottom of that list for me personally. If you had to go for, I understand like Bo-Katan is hard to farm right now,
Yes.
but like I think out of performance, I would rather like of course just availability Star Killer, and then Bo-Katan, and then I would say Afra. Like with her Datacron, yeah, she was amazing, but I would say yeah, and she's good. But even on defense, she's straight dog. Like on defense, she is like I beat her in threes with Hux, First Order TIE Pilot, and S Trooper. Just like
Oh, that's
Max
disgusting.
banners her. Max bannered her.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, and that's like that's Bay. That's Bay. And she just kind of
No,
like
she's an offense
yeah, I
powerhouse, but there's
yeah.
at this level when you're 7.7 million and you have three GLs, one of them who's R3, there's much more important projects. And I would agree with Bo-Katan being kind of in the middle now, because we're going to be getting Mandalore too. And I try to look at things from an overall picture, not just a GAC picture. And guilds are going to start requesting her pretty soon in the next like 4 or 5 months. So this guy, sweet sassy Molossi, he's already on that train. Dr. Afra can wait, and Dr. Afra can wait a long time. My bay is Marin. It's only G12 on this account, and I say straight to R9.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I say. Like, I don't, I have my own philosophies for farming, and I know you like to paint me as the GACA guy, but I am first and foremost an efficiency guy. Um, so, hey, Padfoot, thanks for donating. But yeah, so
So I think, are we in agreement here? I had originally, and we talked about this before the stream. When I originally talked to Sweet Sassy, we were going back and forth on C and Java, and I kind of left it up to him. And this was before Bane. This was when Bane was in his first conquest, and he had decided, maybe I'm going to go on the C train. But now we're kind of realizing C and Bane don't need to go together at all, and it's kind of doesn't even make sense to put them together.
mhm.
I think we're with an account now that like you have to streamline and go straight for Java,
Yeah,
especially being in
absolutely.
K2.
Yeah, absolutely. Java, like every game mode, every single game except for raids, of course. So, but every game mode, he's just good. Like he's TW, the best defensive GL in TW.
Yes.
Like offensive and defensive powerhouse in GAC. Smugglers Run 2 turbocharges your mods. Even if you don't focus mods, it gives you pretty much 4 6 dot mods for free. Plus, excuse me, plus the micro attenuators that you get for free as well, which just equals better mods overall. So an excellent farm, a must.
I think I can make a case for him, even if you don't focus mods, he's more important to you just because if you're like I don't focus mods. I've been playing long enough now where I get so many that I don't necessarily feel the need to, and
Uh
my
huh.
mod score is not terrible like a lot of people's might be in the same position. You need that stuff more than people who focus their mods almost because your mods are going to be shit. And So for somebody who's not putting in mod energy, it's just a free way to build that stuff up.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a good farm. It's an absolutely good farm. So yeah, so we're in agreements, right? In agreement. We have a concurrence here. Uh,
I didn't think
Java.
that would ever happen.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like I watch your reviews and I'm like, I agree with these. I agree with these, and I would absolutely agree with all the things that you would say. There's some things where I'm like, whack, whack. I think one time you told someone to farm gas or something, but I think
Yeah.
they wanted to farm gas, and I was like,
Well,
whack.
that's the thing sometimes is
Yeah,
some people they have like their passion farms, and I always
yeah.
ask people about their passion farms. And that's one thing that people do appreciate when I do these roster reviews is I try to
Mhm.
work those things in that they want to do. Um,
Yeah.
because I'm 100% efficiency. You're on the efficiency train. That's what's fun for me. That's what's fun for you. Winning GAC is what's fun for you. For some people, just collecting the characters that they like
Mhm.
is what's fun for them.
So I would say like I like GAC. I love GAC. It gives I think there in every game um you need to have what do you call it? Sorry, like
Balance.
these updates. So you need to have a purpose in a game. Because I was just
Yeah.
talking to someone about like Helldivers 2, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna buy it because there's no like true end game. There's nothing in there
Hmm.
that like will make me want to keep logging in and keep playing. But and it's like it's fun, and I was like, just having a game that's fun isn't enough. There has to be like some end goal of something. And I think a lot of people for GAC, that is what drives them to continue
It's
to
their end
play.
game.
Yeah, it's like continue to play, battling it out. That's the end game for me. I love, like, absolutely love just the account building. Just sitting here
Yeah.
planning, farming. I know that that is kind of out of it for you. It's no longer a thing because you're
Well, it is to some extent, even being at the top. Like I only have the Gungans right now, and I only have Bo-Katan right now. So there's not a lot for me that I need to plan, but it's still how I go about a farm is still something I
yeah.
need to plan, right? Especially with the Gungans right now and being on the full R9 Gungan train. Having to plan out how do I possibly do that while also getting Jar Jar day one. And that has been a lot of math, and that's been a lot of like writing things down,
Hmm.
and that has made it fun for me.
Yeah. So I want to look at the mods real quick if you're okay with that. So,
Yeah,
what is
you
your
may.
opinion on JMK? Because I personally like I like to mod my JMK the same way I mod SOKR fast. Well, I don't have JMK, but if I would, the ones I play against, this is how I would want them to not be modded. But decent damage, health circle, whatever health secondaries you can get, crit damage triangle, and then as much speed as you can get. That's what I go for. A lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't matter. They'll put the most crap mods on JMK and they'll be like, yeah, it doesn't. He does what I need him to do.
So my modding philosophy is very, very different from other people's modding philosophy, and I don't recommend people do what I do. I recommend people take more time with their mods. But for me, I mod them when they come out, and then I never touch them again.
Yeah,
So my JMK is modded very similarly. It's speed and health mods, and I wanted him really, really fast. But I modded him back in the day where arena mattered.
yeah,
Uh, so you wanted to just make it easy to auto arena so that you could get your 500 crystals as easy as possible. Does he deserve a remod to maybe make him faster? I actually do think so. I just don't have the time to do it. Um, but I do think survivability is really important for him because he's mastery stacking, so he doesn't really amp up or ramp up until later in a match.
yeah,
And you want him to be able to survive until later in a match.
yeah. I see horse. So if you look at Seorsi, that's his name's pronounced as seahorse. It's like
Okay.
it's I forget what if it's like it's some sort of European that has either Welsh or uh, Scottish or Irish. I think it's Irish. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Irish. Seahorse. What is it? What's your name again? What language is it in? Pretty sure it's
It
Irish.
can't be, well, it could be French because there's a lot of vowels. But there's no X. There needs to be like a U, E, X. Maybe not.
Yeah. Australian, technically. All right. Yeah. That is good. Tons of health.
I agree.
Irish.
Screw us YouTube losers. I like my text. I miss writing text posts as much as I used to.
Yeah, it's a little I don't know how you guys do. I hate text. I hate text. I love reading Reddit. I love but I hate like replying to people and it just like taking forever just to like type everything out.
I love it. It's so much fun. And we had a lot of fun yesterday taking over the subreddit on April Fools. And I think Cosgul got banned for
Yeah,
his EA
he
joke, which was hilarious to me.
he did. Yeah, he did. Um all right.
I'm
So
building up sub points for you right now. I want to get this 10,000 to make you do push-ups.
I'm sure there's someone somewhere that can make me do push-ups here somewhere.
I can do that. How
Um
many? What does 10,000 points relate to in push-ups? Is that like 100 push-ups?
no, not 100 push-ups. Not 100. Hey, thanks. Cheers. Hydrate.
I'm saving up my
It
points. I'll
depends.
find out.
It depends on how I like my physical ability. My physical ability really depends on
You just go to
on
failure.
usually I do at least 10. At least 10. Okay, here. Now I got to do push-ups. I don't know. What is the I'll allow you to tell me how many push-ups I have to do. So how many
How
just
many you
choose.
want to do? I'll do push-ups. You want
All
to do
right, yeah,
push-ups?
let's do push-ups.
All
So
right.
you
Okay. Let
choose
me
the
set
number
up.
and then I'll match you.
I usually do like 25. Is that
25? Okay, I'm wearing
good enough?
pajama bottoms too.
That's fine. I'm wearing mine also.
Yeah.
All right.
Got the
Let's do them.
pajama bottoms.
You count them out for me.
I can't. I'll try to wear the headphones.
Oh,
It's
you
a
can't
little.
wear the headphones.
Yeah, well, I can try here. I'll do it here. Oh no, well my mic is like not. I don't want to break it. I'll try.
All right.
All right. So you want to well, because I do Marine Corps push-ups if I count, which is like yeah I'll just count. All right. I'm just gonna do 25 as fast as I can. All right.
All right.
All right. Let's go.
Oh my goodness. I like that. I gotta add that to my streams.
I do like the push-ups. I do.
Keeps you active. I gotta add that.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah, well, I'm proud. I was on with Bones
Hey.
yesterday morning. It was fun, and that was easier for me because we're in the same time zone. Cap and I are 13 hours apart, so I had to wake up nice and early for this.
All right. All right. Is there anything else you want to say about this account?
No, I mean, here's the thing. I think before we move on, I do think that Java is really important.
Mhm.
Looking at some of the other GL that he needs, obviously, he just got Jedi Master Luke. He's at R3 right now. And as a big GAC guy, not you, him,
Mhm.
just based on the account structure, I do imagine that JML is going to go to R8 or R9. So I can only imagine that that's pretty early on. I believe, and you might disagree with me here, as a side project, he should be working on Executor. He's in K2 with a GL deficit, and I do think, for me at least, I find that fleets really win me matches. And having Profundity and Leviathan will allow him to do Executor in the slow farm, as opposed to having to bring up 27,000 crystals in order to bring it up to where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So my thought is, after Jabba, taking Executor nice and quickly, bringing it to 5 stars and just leaving it, and letting it kind of naturally work up. And that, I think, will keep him I don't think he's getting to K1 anytime soon, but I think it'll really help to solidify him in K2.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, I don't think he's anywhere close to getting to Kyber one. I do think you need to have close to everything. I don't know what the bottom or like what, but from what I've seen, like
Well,
the
I'm the bottom of K1 right now.
yeah. So, but you have close to everything. So,
I have pretty much everything.
yeah. But I would say the top of Kyber two is worlds. Even the middle, like top middle Kyber two is worlds different than Kyber two. The bottom of Kyber two.
The bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I think mostly it's just ability, like their strategy, how they play. Because I dip into Kyber 2 in and out all the time. And
Mhm.
the accounts I play against, they have everything. Like all of them have everything. They're all 10 mil plus, and just some of them are just really bad. So I beat about
That's
half, like
very
just
true.
because they're not good. So I do think Kyber 2, yeah, of course you'll catch like some players like this. Like I would love to match up against an account like this. Um, yeah, so I don't know what his strategy is in GAC, but similar-ish GP. I only have like 500k more than him. But yeah, I would like to see. I don't know what he does. Maybe he does the JMK and pray or something with the Leviathan on the back. And he takes his profundity on offense or something, or maybe he puts Leviathan and profundity on defense. I have no idea, but I think it would be an excellent match. But I never see accounts like these that are just like smartly built, well played, well modded. I just see those accounts that are just like huge and they have everything.
That's where when you start to get to the top of K2, that's what you
Mhm.
start to see. That's what when I see an account like this, I'm either it's either the easiest match in the world or the hardest match in the world,
Yeah.
just because as a turtle, people like him invest in a lot of off meta counters. So they end up having a lot of easy ways to hit me very, very quickly. But I don't think I've ever lost one like that.
Hmm.
And it's not saying much because there's a 4 million GP deficit.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say this. So if Padfoot wants, just because you guys keep saying like Seahorse review, yeah. So if Padfoot wants a review, go ahead and post your ally code, and then yeah, Seahorse will give you a review. So you guys don't have to like take the stream down. We'll get to you, my buddy.
Rioting.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think, did you already post your ally code, Seahorse? I don't even think he did. He just, yeah, 1,000. Yeah, thanks.
It seems like it's a thing. Have you reviewed
Okay,
this guy before?
yeah, I have. Actually, I have looked at Seahorse's account before. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll get to you, Seahorse. Yeah. So is there anything else you want to say about this account?
No,
I.
I mean I think that's it for the short term. Jabba's the most important
Mhm.
focus, right now.
Yeah, I would say this, like Treya and Nihilus to Gear 12 with the Treya Omicron. Like
The
you
Omicron. I
may
love the Omicron.
Yeah, so you may think even like Emperor Palpatine, like just slap the Zeta on him, on his lead. Like they're low gear, but they can perform really, really well. Because I use the Treya Nihilus, even at gear
Hmm.
12, to take out JMLs. So I use Treya Nihilus, what is it, Darth Vader with Savage, and or in threes it's just Treya, Darth Vader, Savage, and that takes out a JML. So
I actually need to put the Omicron on Savage because it would be such an easy, quick thing for me to
mhm.
do
Yeah, it's
one day soon.
it's an excellent. What are you using your Omicrons for? That you
Well, I have 140 of them saved
yeah
up for Gungans.
yeah. Why they're like TB and other just for the
I
just
don't because I have been on the Gungan train
yeah.
for 2.5 years, longer than that, really, more like 4 years, and I have to max them out. They are
Seahorse.
going to be a fully maxed out team.
Yeah, Seahorse. You can chill out with the bits, dude. We'll get to you, my dude. Hey, I appreciate it. We do. But yeah, we'll get to you, dude. But yeah, like Treya, Nihilus, absolutely. Gear 12. No, and I would say this, like, especially for people trying to punch up, like finding those characters and teams, like Imperial Troopers, Treya Nihilus, just getting as much as you can without the Kyrotech, because those characters are pretty much free now. Like, I'm sure you,
Yes.
even where you are or where I'm at, like, I don't need that raid currency. I just like, as I
I
can
just put it
gear.
on the rate whatever I have the lowest.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't even look anymore. I just go, oh, that's the lowest one. I have less than 800 of that. Let me
Hmm.
buy some of it.
Yeah, you can leave Scion where he is, like Darth Scion two
Yeah, I
star.
don't
Like,
use
yeah,
him.
yeah, that's to leave him where he is. That's totally fine. There's not enough Sith where he was really usable. Even in fives, I don't use him. I don't want to use him. I don't find a use. I find it like with Sith Empire.
Yes.
I would rather take. I would honestly rather take. Like I don't know, like a set or something. You don't have set in here, but set something like that. Or yeah, he would have to have set. Yeah, where's his set?
You say Sith, and I think Sith Empire Trooper.
Yeah, I do.
We He's right there. He's
Oh,
right
okay,
up
right.
there.
Oh, right in the center. I'm
I
looking.
was like,
I'm
wait a
looking all
second, wait a
around.
second, wait a
I'm looking all around him. I'm like, where is he? Sometimes, yeah, I was
I don't
like,
want to
yes.
ask a dumb question, but
Yeah, no, I do. No, okay, yeah. So I'd rather have something like set just because it's a pre-taunt, or it hits under
yes, I
protection.
usually use that,
Yeah, yeah. But so skip
especially if I'm
Scion.
using it against like a Malgus or something because he eats the big thing. But I've been finding that to be inconsistent lately, so
Yeah.
I use other things.
Real quick, I do want to look at this. Decent datacrons. Like this isn't bad. This
That
is
Bane one is mostly useless though. You don't need it. I have it too, but you
really
don't need it.
doesn't do anything. I have it. I don't have Bane yet, but I got the Cron just to make sure.
For me, it's a little bit useful because my Bane is only R5, so
Yeah.
it helps a little. But when you have a Bane at R7 and R8, uh, what ends up happening is you can destroy everything.
Yeah. Hey.
Jar Jar, I haven't been on myself just because I was on with Bones yesterday. I'm on with Cap today. I have the whole week off for spring break. I'm probably, after we're done here later, going to take a shower, do some chores, and I probably will pop on later in the day.
Hey, Music. Thanks for the gifted sub. Music is great. Really big supporter. Excellent, dude. All right, so let's do Seahorse. All right, so Seahorse. I do like when people are consistent with their
With their names.
yeah.
I appreciate it too. When I
Yeah.
see different names come up and I go, I don't know who you are. What is.
Yeah. Oh, hey, hype train. Yeah, I don't know how to set the hype train stuff. I don't. It's set for default. I don't know what it is. But the default hype train for like normal people is probably like a crazy level. I don't know. But yeah, my first hype train.
Well, there
Thanks
you
to
go.
yeah,
So look
thanks
at
to
that. I
Seahorse.
have to pay attention to Twitch more often.
Yeah. I should probably turn off ads. I don't even know if I can do it live. Let me try. Let me go into the thing. Sorry.
Let's see.
Ads. Okay. I turned them off, so they shouldn't be on right now. Yeah. Okay. I turned off the ads. Hopefully it's live.
All right, so let's take a look at this
Okay. So
seahorse.
Seahorse. All right. So Nappen der Alten Republic. No idea what no idea what that is. Hey Cunctator, thanks for the
3 million.
thanks for the gifted. Gifting a sub to Zareth Prevails.
Yeah, I'm sure he needs it.
Yeah. Yeah. Your Chinese
Where's
guild.
my gifted sub to you?
Yeah. You're sub to me already.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So 3 million GP, 1.6 in characters, 1.3 in ships. Uh, 2,000 galactic war battles. He laid it. Yeah. So thanks, Skunk Dater, for the gifted subs. All right. So do you want me to pull this up in? Because I think this dude could really use uh over here. You want me to pull up his
Well, I
SW?
guess what I'm looking for, I don't know if you pulled this up somewhere else, but I'm trying to pull it up in .gg. I don't see where he's posted his ally code. Did you just
Yeah.
read his mind?
No, he posted it, but they like spam chat. So here,
Mm,
let me drop it in chat so you can see.
all right, perfect. Because then I can pull it on GG and I
Yeah.
can take a look.
Yeah. So let's look at his.
My chat does not get as lit as your chat.
My chat is not only lit because you're here. My chat is not normally this
I
lit.
don't know if you looked at
Yeah.
some of those. If you looked at some of those early messages, like who the fuck is Egnards?
Yeah. I'm sure they know. They're just being crass. They know who you are.
All right, let's see.
Yeah. All right. So he doesn't have CLS Rebels built up. So let's
Well,
see.
first of all, no GLs yet. Okay,
Yeah.
but it looks like he's on the executor train, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely
Uh,
Executor.
okay, we're going on the
But
executor train. So the first thing that
yep.
I like to do is just check out the GL needed, just to kind of get a quick overview, right? It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but I like to look at, oh, Ray is either done or they're ticket farming for Ray.
Do they have the ships?
Well, I mean relic level
Yeah.
wise,
Yeah, he did
just
have the bundles.
the bundle.
Yeah.
He didn't get the Kylo bundle though, which is interesting to buy the Ray one and not the Kylo
He
one.
has
The Kylo one's
Are you sure?
better.
He has Kylo. He has the Kylo's R5. Yeah, he has the at
What am
least no,
I?
he bought the finalizer one. He bought the finalizer
He
one.
might have bought that because
Yeah.
he still needs
Yeah, so
almost
he bought
1,100 circuit boards.
yeah, so
Uh,
finalizer.
the Star Killer. Oh, he bought the BB-8 one.
Mm,
That's why. So he got a
yeah.
bunch of them.
So he doesn't have the 7 starship yet. He got the BB-8 one.
Okay.
BB-8 one? Doesn't I thought the BB-8 one had all the finalizer or all of first order.
I don't remember which one was which. I just knew that they gave a lot of really easy stuff, and it was nice for a lot of people, and it's the bane of my existence because then I have to tell people to go for Aaron Ray, which I never do.
Yeah. So Seahorse says yeah, he's waiting for the 7 starship for Redis. Which makes
Okay,
sense. Yeah. Also for
right.
Executor, right? But there's
And then
some
the other
other.
thing, after we go for those GLs, right, we want to look at what those assault battles look like, and we kind of take a guess. So the first thing I do is the Sith, right? Based on his Sith, he's doing nothing. So first order,
I
is it good enough? You might be doing CT1 or
yeah.
CT2 with this first order. I'm not 100% sure. I've never done it with first order, but I could see it being possible. CT1 is easy. Um, we go to the rebels. You said his rebels are not super great, right?
Just the bundles one. Just the bundles.
Just the
So
bundles.
Phoenix,
Okay. And no
Phoenix crap.
Zetas.
Yeah.
So probably not doing anything with military might yet. Night Sisters, I can't imagine are doing anything. He doesn't have any of the Zetas, so Phoenix is probably not doing anything there. Um, let's see, Imperial Troopers. Imperial Troopers are crap right now, so they're not doing anything. Bounty Hunters. Bounty Hunters CT2, maybe, with Rebel Roundup. Definitely CT1 on Rebel Roundup.
Yeah.
Inquisitors, I'm sure, are not there, which is fine at this gear level.
Yeah,
And
most
then
definitely
Jedi
not.
is the last one I'm missing. So let's pull Jedi. All right, so we have some serious deficit on assault battles on this account. That gives me agita. Oh God.
I would say if he's going for Executor, if he goes for Executor, I do think Imperial Troopers would be the
Yes.
smart move. Like that's always my I like obviously by the time he has Executor and Ray, he's unless he buys the bundles, if the Lightspeed bundles come out, he's not going to be in position for anywhere close for SOKR. So I
Yes. So with these troopers, the thing that I find interesting is only about 500, 600 circuit boards from Executor, and it doesn't look like he's even started yet.
No, he hasn't really
Um,
shard farmed for Dark Trooper, Range Trooper, Veers, Stark. Yeah. But the good thing
I
is he
would
has. Yeah, go ahead.
go for it.
No,
So
I would say,
back and forth, left flags, go, go,
yeah.
go,
All
go.
right. So I would say he has a lot of time to farm these shards. Like while because he has a lot of work still for his executor. So he's not
Yes.
like anywhere close. So he's in the position where, because farming is like an onion. Like he needs to, I would say he should start shard farming for these assault battles. Cause like he has the brunt of the executor. He has the characters for Ray. Like just getting some of these like assault battles, like start for shard farming for those, and getting himself in the position in a few months once he's finished like Ray and Executor to
Yes.
jump into those assault battles.
So I think here, he's saying in chat, he's like, "Oh, I'm waiting because I still need the ships." But as you're pointing out, the assault battles are super important as an ROI for an account. And yeah, if he starts on Piet now, you can get a very cheap Imperial Trooper team that'll
Hmm.
do Forest Moon and will do Rebel Roundup. Not the best Imperial Trooper team, but in terms of like being very cheap, Veer, Stark, Piet, Range, and Snow, only one of them need Pyrotech, and that one is Piet, and that's the one
Yeah.
that you have to bring to Relics anyway. The others all need core gear only up to G12, and two of them you'll need for C eventually, Veer, Stark, so it's not even a bad thing. The only one that is not super useful later in the game is Snow Trooper, but again, you're only using core and you're not bringing it to relics, and that'll shore up Forest Moon. And if Rebel Roundup isn't being done at CT2 right now, it'll at least bring you up to CT2.
I do agree with that. Mara Jade for some reason, like he's farming. That's a lot of Kyrotech to really early to
It's
be.
got to be a passion farm, right? Like
Yeah, because look at the mod. Look at the mods. Like look,
it's got to
plus
be a it's
100,
got to be a passion farm.
168, plus 168 on Mara Jade, and then if you go
That's
to what the second fastest here, so Mara Jade, 76. So 100%, like Seahorse, you can do it right when you want to, and it's only on Mara Jade, like his whole everything. Look at that. That's pretty. That's excellent.
it's
That's
in.
better. That's better mods than
I
I have on my Mara Jade.
I was gonna say I'm pulling up my game right now, and I think it's better mods than my Mara Jade. I think I have like 338 speed,
Yeah, mine's
but
mine's
I've
in like
never
the
really.
330s or 340s or something. Hey, thanks for
Hmm.
following Silver Digger. But crazy. I would say it's impressive that he even has the mods at this this mod depth for this high of a character. I would say that that's like pretty impressive. So
Yeah, there's some. I think there's money being thrown at this account, but not at the right spots. And I'm all for spending money. Do whatever you want, but throw that money in the correct spots. Like at Captain Amazing in his hype trends.
yeah. Yeah. But I would say, yeah, like excellent speed on Mara Jade. But yeah, I don't know what you're planning on doing with her. Obviously, Relic her. Like you just need the finisher piece on that. Relic her, that's your passion. R5 for Star Killer later on. But yeah, not bad. Not bad.
It's insane. I mean, uh, well, Seahorse does spend because he bought Lightspeed bundles, but to
Hmm.
say that he spends a lot less, I'm just reading your chat right now. To say he spends a lot less is more genuine to say, and that's a sticking point for me. I'll fight everybody on that. Uh, so here's where I'm thinking. I think I feel like you would probably say, if I'm correct, to go for Executor to finish Ray because you're just so close to Ray, and then probably to go for Jabba. Am I correct in that assumption?
Jabba, I So I don't think he's even close to thinking about like Java, to be honest. I think job like starting shard farming for Java is far away for him. Like 6 months to even start the shard farming. He doesn't have Piet. I don't know. Hey, Seahorse, how far are you from seven starring these ships? Like how many either one, like Endurance, Executrix, Helm 1, how many shards do you have left? Because for Executor, he needs the IG. He like is
Yes.
still farming Razor Crest. He doesn't have he doesn't have the the TIE Bomber. So he's quite a ways away from Executor, and it's a lot of shards. Like he doesn't have Piet at all. So he has tons of one more cycle. So he's really close to Ray. So Ray 3 months if you don't accelerate that, right? Like it's pretty much 3 months. So he's 1 month away. He says he'll start ticket farming for Ray next month. Okay, so you save the crystals to just accelerate the Radis, I imagine, or you're just gonna like throw a little bit of cash at it just to get Radis up. But okay, let's say you start ticket farming, and I would say this: like if you accelerate Ray, right? Like if you start ticket farming her right away, that's good and all, but you're really not ready for your next farm. And I don't know if you have the gear and and the signal data and everything that you need for Ray and the Zetas. So I would say if you don't even have the gear, the Zetas, and everything like that, maybe slow down on like throwing all those crystals to unlock her right away because your account is not ready for its next farm. Like it's not, you're really not. So your next farm is Star Killer. Okay.
Oh, I hate this account.
Yeah.
I hate
Yeah.
it so much. I
Yeah,
really do.
it is a really Starkiller is a really inefficient farm. I would say Starkiller maybe after Executor, like after Executor, please like lock down those crystals in your Fleet Arena shard. Like you can like if you can farm Star Killer if it's not slowing down Ray or Executor, I would say. Like, because it looks like you're missing the finisher piece for Mara Jade. So I don't know if that's like Kyrotech. So if your Kyrotech is like dirt low and you're about to unlock Ray, do you have that? Yeah, just spend $50 and you unlock Star Killer. But do you have everything ready for Ray? Is what I'm saying. And if you're putting all the resources into Mara Jade, you're kind of like splitting up your main farms and you're slowing down because right now you're really not ready for that second farm. Let's look here because I didn't see
I'm all
like
for the R9 Jar Jar Binks, man. You want to do R9 Jar Jar Binks? Then go for it. I support that fully. I will tell everybody R9 Jar Jar Binks. I will tell you the R9 the entire Gungan faction. I'm doing it day one. So I mean, go for it.
yeah, because look, like Dash Rendar is 2 stars, like 2 stars, and you're telling me you're gonna keep like you're gonna rush Ray, right? You're gonna rush Ray, and then you're gonna keep her low gear, and then you have this Dash Rendar that's like 2 stars, who's not ready, and that's why I'm saying you're not even ready for your next. Even if you're like you want to go for Star Killer, hey, more power to you. Do what you want to do. But like your Darth Talon, 2 stars, Dash Rendar, 2 stars. You're not ready for your next farm, but you're accelerating and slowing down your main farm, which is Ray right now, which is a galactic legend. You're not going to do anything with her to push through for Star Killer, which is arguably you're not ready for either. So I would say I would maybe use a satisfier. I would say you're just not ready for your next farm. And you really have to you haven't been playing that much, but you have to like layer your farms so that your shards are ready for the next thing that you put all your Kyrotech and signal data and stuff into. So I would say, slow down on Ray. Like if you really want to, if you're not in a rush for Ray, don't accelerate her. Don't push all those crystals into ticket farming for her. If your plan is to keep her in low gear because you're doing nothing, and then you're gonna have all this Kyrotech that you're gonna have to spend into Star Killer, and then getting Star Killer up and running, and then it's a passion project, so you're probably gonna want like his team up and running too, which is 2 more characters. So you're really like not ready for that, and it's super
I
inefficient.
think I think you've been listening to me too much. I'm like, man, Cat, everything that I said on Sunday, like during Easter
Well,
brunch,
that's what I
you
say.
just
That's
articulated.
well, that's what I
Every
say. Like that's what I say. Like our opinions align more than you would think, but because that's what I do.
yeah.
I love, um, yeah. But
I don't
like,
get to listen to most of your streams because they're usually when I'm still sleeping. So like
yeah,
while I'm getting ready for work, I'll pop in my headphones for like a half hour, and then drive to work. But you're right with the layering of farming. This is what I was talking about on Sunday. I think this was maybe after you went to bed. Is there's three portions to a farm. There's the relic portion, there's the gearing portion, and there's the shard portion. And as you get to the relic portion of one farm, you should be working on the gearing portion of your next farm while you're slowly working on the shard portion of your third farm. And so you have like that trickle down. And then when you do finish the relics of Ray, you're working now. All right, I'm working on the relics of Executor while I'm working on the gearing for Star Killer, while I'm working on the shards for the next thing.
yeah. So I would say there's like some things in here you can work on because a lot of the stuff you're working on requires Chirotech. So like even Gear 12 Wampa, like I don't know how much effort you want to put, but like Gear 12 Treya, you have to get her star, of course. Like CLS. I would honestly start shard farming for Executor. Get Piet, get
Mm.
those ships. That should be your number one priority. You can of course you have enough energy that you could also farm Talon, Dash Rendar, all the other Star Killer farms while you're doing that. And then once you have Ray, put all your effort into Ray, and then finish off Star Killer after that. And then once you're done with all that inefficiency, start building, some assault battle teams. So, Imperial Troopers, CLS Rebels, two great teams. Yeah. I don't, do you have
And then
any like,
Star Killer's like a hard like yes, I'm doing this. I love Star Killer. He's the best. Force Unleashed is amazing. I don't care what you have to say. It's definitely going to happen. That's what we're assuming right now, right?
yeah, yeah, he's all in. I don't think there's
We're
anything we
all
can
in on
say.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, my thought maybe different. I like to look a little bit more into the future as well too, but my thought would be Ray Executor, do the Star Killer thing, and then I think Jedi Master Luke is the way to go because you're building up your Jedi and you're building up your CLS at the same time. So I like to go that route so that you're getting 5 out of the 7 of the salt battles. Um, and at that point, you're also thinking about conquest too. So, you have who ends up being the biggest conquest character. Now, how long is that going to take for an account like this that doesn't have any ROI at this point? You're looking at a year probably between all of those farms, but I think it's the way to go, and then probably going into Java after that.
That is my go-to. Like if there's nothing, if it's like a blank state, I'm always like, and then go for Java. Like
That's
yeah, yeah,
everybody go for
yeah,
Java.
and go for Java. like
That's why I have
like
the Java counter on mine
yeah,
now.
yeah. I'm like, do this very specific path, and then once you do that, go for Java. Because it's like I have to formulate a plan of like what they have and how that I can get them the most return of their investment with what they have and what they're close. And but while I'm like, hey, while you're doing this close stuff, you need to start farming those shards for Java so that you can just jump straight into that Java.
Because Java is love.
Good.
That's
He's so good. He's just so good.
he's,
He has no reason
he's
to
the
be
best
that
of
good.
both arms.
So I will say
No, he,
this.
he really doesn't.
So Padfoot, I haven't seen any like you just donated, you didn't say anything or drop any codes. So if that person wants a review, go ahead and drop your stuff, but we're gonna jump into the next person. And then if he wants one, he can drop his stuff and then we'll go into there. But I tried to get it in the order that was reasonable. Like everyone kind of like just dropped all their stuff for the reviews. So the next one, the first person was the Cunctator, which happens to be my uh well not my like he used to be my Discord admin. Now he's our Discord moderator.
I like I like Kunk. He always has like the videos on Discord, and people are like, "How do I do this?" And he'll be like, "Shut up! Here's a video." Egnards did the video on this one, or Cap did a video on this. Just watch it.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, Seahorse. That's good. Aldi has posted Padfoot code so many times. Oh, that's Padfoot's code. Okay, here. Is he here?
And for you dummies who are not on our Discord yet, what are you waiting for? Like, come on,
ER
guys.
ER. I like the name. I love this guild name. The Big Chubosky. I love that. I
As
love
a recruiter, I always appreciate when I see
yeah, a good guild name.
a good guild name.
Yeah, I do. I like that's one of my favorite memes is when people like say something that's like purely opinionated that I'm just like I don't agree with whatsoever. I link the Big Lebowski's the you know the that's like your opinion, man. that's my that's my go-to. Yeah. Hey
You'll have
Ali,
to get
Khaled.
Moon to make you
Yeah, I should.
some emotes.
I should. You love Padfoot? All right. So ER Padfoot. Wow. A small account. A really tiny account.
This is maybe one of the first times that I'm seeing an account that's just a tad bigger than mine.
Just a bit. Like it's a lot bigger than
Just a
mine.
little bit.
Yeah. If I was you know, if accounts were equivalent to our penis size, I would feel underwhelmed, very underwhelmed with this foot long over here. A whole 12-incher. All right, so a lot of time played. Galactic War Battles 1. Yeah, well, I would say anything over 30,000 is pretty close. I think the most I've seen is like 34,000. But people sometimes take breaks, so this player very well could have been like an original player.
Old Gak. Oh, I hated old Gak so much.
Yeah. Now, I would say this, living in Japan, I do feel like in America, I'm only 5'9", 69 inches, so giggity, you know, but only 5'9". In America, I'm slightly below average in height, but like normal enough that I don't feel tiny walking around. But in Japan, I'm a giant, you know, like people anywhere I go, people look at me too, and they're like, look up.
Is it the same? So like my brother lives in Korea, and he
Uh-huh.
was telling me that anywhere he goes, everybody wants to talk to him because they want to practice their English.
No,
Is it
no.
similar there? Or no.
No, not at all. So Japanese people, some people who are actively like learning Japanese. Like I was at the beach with
Mhm.
my dog and my wife, and some guy walked up to me and was like, "Kawaii," you know, and he's like, "Your dog, is cute, cute." And I was like, "Oh, you know, arigato gozaimasu," you know. I was like, "Oh, I know what kawaii is." And then yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm learning English," and then he just like wanted to talk to me in English. But it's funny because he still had like Japanese mannerisms, but he just replaced
Mhm.
those with like English words. So like when Japanese people talk, like just what you did, they always go like or something, or they like acknowledge what you're saying in some sort of like manner. But they would do the same thing, but with like English words. So like "Ah, I see, I see, I see, I see," you know, like but it's like it's kind of a lot when it's in English. Yeah. All right. So Padfoot, this guy, huge account,
Yeah, I checked my Galactic War Battles. I'm just behind him too. I got 30,000.
30,000.
So
Yeah,
just a little
so
below.
a lot of a good amount of R9s. I I I don't disagree with his R9 choices. Like JML, Ray, SOKR, Leia, Lord Vader. Solid, solid. I would say like Jabba doesn't need it, JMK doesn't need it. C, I don't I would think
I
R8
don't
would
think
be
any
just
of them
fine.
need
Yeah.
it, but this
Well,
is
well
this
like
is a K1 player. So
pump the brakes on that one. Pump the brakes.
SOKR is my one GL.
J
It's still at R7.
JML needs oh Padfoot's a she. Apologies. So she but
Still a she.
JML requires R9. Other than that.
To be fair, though, with the pronouns and everything, I don't know if you've ever looked at your analytics on YouTube or Twitch.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it's like 99.9% male. Yes.
exactly, exactly. My
99.9%.
my
Yeah,
feed, it's like
I'm sorry I misgendered someone, but yeah, it is literally like the people who play this game, believe it or not, 99.9% male, 18 to like what is it, 52 or something?
yeah,
Yeah,
somewhere around there. Yeah.
something like that. So, you know, you guys like to to, we missed the 0.01% who played this game. Apologies, Padfoot. You have two women
Actually,
in.
my analytics for women went up to 1.4%. So I actually have a percent now of my viewers. So yeah, like when I obviously I'm always going to assume somebody's male just based off of what my audience has been.
Yeah. All right, R9 JTR. That's a really weird one. I've I would not like. Maybe she's just like a lover of the
The
sequels.
sequels.
Yeah, maybe just a sequel lover. But I don't. I think this is the only R9 JTR I've ever seen. To be completely honest, I don't think I've ever seen an R9 JTR before.
It might be for platoons.
You think
It's
so?
probably for platoons because I
Maybe.
have some weird characters for TB platoons for R9. I have my Hoth Rebel Soldier. Nobody wants to do Hoth Rebel Soldier to R9.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I like her. A little bit of a cash spender, right? The Bo-Katan, Bane. Other than the
Although
JTR,
you could have at this level of gameplay, you can have Bo-Katan without spending, and I would have Bo-Katan right now,
if you weren't
um,
if you weren't
if I
for
weren't
the
on the Gungan train. Yeah,
well here
because I stopped.
here's a good way to see because well you can still get Gungans free to play, right? Okay,
Yes,
not a lot.
yeah,
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe she is. That's a possibility. Because this is a not an incredible lot. This looks like probably crystals. She used as many crystals as she was comfortable with, and is willing to like
yeah.
slow
To
far
get
the
those
rest.
extras.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I can't wait for tomorrow. I can relic my Boomadeer. I'm excited for that when those shards finally drop.
So for accounts like this, I find the easiest way to see what's in their account is just to see what's
Is to
not
look at
in.
what they don't
Yeah,
have.
what they don't have.
What I'm
So
actually surprised with here is someone who's 12 million, and I know for me, and we were talking about this before when we talk about like core gear and like raid one gear. I'm just surprised that all of these characters are not G12.
yeah,
I mean, I've been on that spree for the last like 6 months, just slowly G12ing all of these more useless characters. Not because I need to, but because it helps my GP for TB, and it doesn't hurt me in any way.
yeah. There's some useful like K2SOs still useful. Like that's a
You use
useful character.
K2SO for
Yeah, 100%.
my
I would
Gratis team.
even me like when I'm farming I'm farming the Profundity next, and I plan on taking K2SO to at least to Relic 3 just as a tank because the Rogue one needs a tank, and I don't want to do Scarif Rebel Pathfinder.
And even in K2, so I know we're in K1 right now, and I just hit K1, so it might not be as useful. But even like G12 Jawas, it's not often, but every once in a while I have something I can throw them at. And
E-
it feels good to be able to do that with a team that I'm not going to use elsewhere and not waste.
Even a Jedi Knight Guardian, if she was like Relic 3, you can use her as the sacrifice for that JMK mirror because like and because she's just a Galactic Republic tank. So,
And people are
like
thinking she might be with Amidala.
yeah, so really
I've
really
heard some
niche.
tale.
Yeah, niche uses, but when you have like everything, right? So instead of sitting on her hoard like a dragon of stuff, you know, I like if I had this account, I would probably like bring up niche things. Like I would bring up Jedi Knight Guardian, I would bring up K2SO. If it was like somewhat useful, if I could find a use for it, I would do that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking, if I pull up my account here, I have one, two, three, four, five, eight. I think less than a dozen characters under G12, right? And like six of them are characters that are brand new.
Okay. Yeah, I have I don't want to count how many I have under Gear 12. It would take me too long. Take me too long.
So I will say, out of the old characters, I still don't have L337 at 7 stars because it's a Cantina farm, and like I can never pull away from the signal data.
So I would say for big accounts like these, I usually don't do I of course look at their mods because mods are still important. Because sometimes you get those amazing characters or amazing accounts on surface level, and they're like that Homer Simpson, meme where on the front he's all smooth and
Yeah,
sexy,
pulled up
and the
in the back.
back it's all like clipped. Sometimes mods are like that for these accounts. Good so far. Yeah, these are good mods. Like she has really good mods on her GLs. Well, she is R9, so of course she's gonna like have good
For
stats.
somebody who's been playing a long time, so 31,000 battles, definitely been playing a long time, you're definitely going to have good GL mods just
Yeah.
because you were building out those GLs as they were releasing. And that's kind of the same with me, right? Like, I don't revisit my GLs and I don't remod them and change mods around,
hmm
but I had the ability to work on one thing at a time versus constantly having to hop onto the next thing. So
Because
you'll
like,
usually see really good.
Because look at this SOKR stats. Like normally I would say like 130,000 health, 144,000, 580 or 580 plus speed, 585, thir 13,300 with a speed set. Some people have offense sets and they don't even hit 13,000. So, excellent, excellent mods. So we're gonna play the 300 game here with this account because we don't get to play it very often. Are you familiar with it?
I'm not familiar with the
So
300
it's
game.
so
Are you
it's
gonna
it's
like kick somebody into a hole?
no, so it's we're gonna sort by speed, and then
Oh, okay.
everyone is gonna guess where her last 300 character is, and it's the reverse. Price is Right. So Price is Right is like the one. Is it you guess under, right? Like so you have to guess under.
Yeah, without
Yeah.
going over.
So it's the reverse. So if you guess like a character and it was 301, and I guessed a character and it was 299, then you would win. So it
Okay.
has to be above, still within the 300s, but the closest to that. So we're just gonna I'm gonna scroll down slowly, and then the audience gets to play as well. So as I scroll down, they get to guess and see what they think is the 300, like closest to 300 with those rules.
So
So
I'm guessing the I'm
that her
confused.
their,
I'm
her
guessing the
last
character.
her last character that is 300 speed, like exactly
Okay.
300 speed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and then if no one
And I
guesses
can't cheat. All
no,
right.
you can't cheat. So
All
if
right.
you
I
you
won't
have
cheat.
to, yeah, you have to guess either the
Um,
one that's the high, whoever's the highest, or and then if you guess under, you lose, obviously. All right, so I'm gonna start scrolling, and then if you guys think that you have guessed their last 300, then you can say that. Like just say yes, this one, like Rose Tico. I think it's Rose. I don't think it's Rose, but that would be an option.
killer.
So I'm gonna scroll back up once I think it's no longer like what Tarful. I really don't think it's Tarful. So I think we've gone past the like
We're way
Gar
past
sucks
it.
at Princess unless she has like the most god of god mods. Boba Fett kind of like down here with Cal, Captain Han Solo. Man, she does not care about her dad Bob Boba. All right, so let's scroll back up. If so, we have a Kit Fisto, we have a Padme. You still want me to go down, Aldi? You think you don't think we went down enough?
Darth Malik, you well sometimes.
We'll take another guess. We'll take another. We'll C3PO. Okay, we're gonna do another
Everything up
pass
here
down.
is 300. Telling you that right now.
Cup, cup. Not definitely not cup. Oops, definitely not cup. All right, so we have a sortie, Visas Mar. All right, any more guesses? Do you want to take a guess?
I'm thinking about it here. I'm thinking of characters that I built up over a long period of time
Stagger,
that generally are very, very, very fast.
Sabine
And I'm
Wrecked,
looking at some
Sabine
of them.
Tech, Veers, Stark, Hux, sortie.
Most people don't have gas over 300, so I think 300, it's above gas.
It depends on how good her mod. Like I think she probably
Yeah,
resorted Kit Fisto, um, because like I could see Darth Bane being under 300. All health,
Darth Bane is
pure.
under 300.
Yeah,
You don't need speed on him because he builds
because
speed over time.
because I have like
You don't need as
fantastic
much.
mods on Fennec Shand, and she's a really slow character. So I don't I don't
Yeah,
know.
but 300 on old Ben.
An old Ben, yeah, you can.
Go back to down to where Star Killer is. I want to see the characters around Star.
Is Starkiller higher than this?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Starkiller.
Okay. So
This is some three
thinking
Ray Scavenger. You think she has
crazy.
the mod depth to have a 300 speed Ray Scavenger?
No, no. It's before Star Killer. Go up one. I'm thinking
Because I
probably.
could easily see all of these above 300.
I'm thinking probably. Let's say Kyle Katarn.
Kyle Katarn. Okay. I will say. I'll say Chewbacca. I'll say Chewbacca. I don't think I got it. Is there anyone who guessed lower? Someone said Veers. Is there anyone who guessed lower than Veers? Visas Mar. So Visas Mars C3PO. Anyone lower
T and
than
F.
this? Man, people
Sorry.
Cup. Yeah, it's not Cup. It's not Cup. Cup it's like gear 3 or something. Hey, good morning, Lady Geek. Zori. All right, so let's check the Visas
You
Mar.
just brought up your female demographic to 1% now.
So Visas Mar 260. All right, so I don't think it's going to be C3PO. 261. All right. All right, next one we have dun, 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 dun,
Someone said Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto. I do think she remodded Kit Fisto for the Datacron. Oh, for all offense and health though. 265. That's still decent speed for Kit Fisto. That's a lot more than mine. Mine's like I don't know what's his 80 speed or something. I don't know, 111.
I have the Kit Fisto Omicron because I
All right.
took Kit up to R5 just to see if I could fully clear phase
Sortie
1 of TV.
Dark verse Kit Fisto. Okay. So next one I see Veers. 270. Okay.
70.
I feel like I made a mistake. I feel like it's not going to be mine. All
I
right.
think because you're looking at it from not a newer, but a younger account building, and I'm thinking of an account building all of these things over time.
279.
Uh,
I just had faith and confidence in her mod depth. All right. So Kyle Katarn. 282.
all right, okay.
All right. Where are we next? Did anyone guess this high? Stark? Yeah, someone guessed Stark, right? Yeah, someone had guessed Stark. So maybe it's Stark. 295. Nope. Did we all lose? Everyone lost? Yeah.
Well, it's whoever gets closer, right?
No, whoever's that's over. Oh, Sortie. Oh, Sortie. Someone guessed Sortie. 300. Hey, look, Sortie. That was Rehab Fortune. And yeah, Rehab Fortune. Trust, that's the call.
If I could pause this for just 1 second,
Uh-huh.
you saying hi to Lady Geek and me not seeing her in chat
She's
reminded me that I probably need to put YouTube up, and I did, and I'm looking at your YouTube chat right now,
uh-huh.
and I just want to give a shout out to Black Hammer and say fuck you, because I'm sick of seeing all of his good mod rolls. That's it.
Yeah. F you, Black Hammer. I do think it's a little crazy on how he works mods every day. Like I love
Every
mods.
day,
I love but
every
every
day.
day he has like no slicing material. He's like on the grind. He's hustling. He's out there hustling for that slicing material every day. I think it's nuts. I think it's nuts. You're gonna burn yourself out, my dude. All right, let's see Jedi Knight Anakin. Is it Sortie or Jedi Knight Anakin? Yep, Sortie. Sortie.
Sorry.
So I call it Rehab Fortune is a cheater. He was too confident. He was way too confident in his answer. He was like, "Trust me, I checked up the.
I
I
know.
checked it up. I checked it."
I looked.
Yeah, I looked. Rehab Fortune, the winner who cheated. The
All
force
right.
is
How
with
many
you.
characters away from Kyle is that?
So one, two,
I'm just
three,
curious how
four,
close I
five,
was.
6, 7, 8,
Oh, so
9,
we're
10.
far up. Okay. Wow.
Well,
Okay. Yeah,
where's
yeah.
Sortie at? Hold on. I think I missed her. I went way too high. Did I? Where's she at?
She's one of those characters that I always pass over.
Okay, here she
There
is.
she is.
So one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 52, 300.
52 300s. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Like I don't care who you are or how old your account is. If you have 52
Yeah.
characters, non-GLs over 300, it's an excellent account mod wise. What speed
When I
is
see accounts like
Padme?
this, I'm like, all right, let me pull mine up. I want to compare.
Oh, it's not. It's I don't think your
It's not going to
mods.
even
Yeah,
be close.
not.
Uh,
Yeah, because that's someone who's on the grind. On the grind, just grinding it out.
my Tuscan Chieftain is a
306 on Padme.
Oh, see, look, my Kyle Katarn is at 303.
303. That's decent.
I've got more 300 characters than I expected.
Zori,
Let's see. So my
322.
last one,
Zori was above Sortie.
6.
Yeah, Zori was above Sortie. 315.
All right, so I have about 40. That's not bad.
Yeah, but excellent account. Excellent account. What would I say this account would do? Well, here, let's check. Do they have all the ships? They
I
have
mean,
all
you
the
have
things?
everything, right? Like
Well,
you have all of the things.
let's see. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I have
You have
nothing
all the things. This was for fun,
I
right?
have
This was
nothing to
right.
say. I have nothing to say on farm. Gear 12, all your yeah, farm all your stuff to gear 12. Yeah,
No, but really,
get this bottom of the
that's what
rung
this
stuff.
person that's what this person should be doing because none of
Mm.
that core gear
Yeah.
matters at this level.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to be on the Gungan train because that raid is going to be super
Yeah.
important to you. That is
Ugnaught,
super important to your guild.
Ugnaught, take that dude up. Ewoks, droids. I would say, maybe these I don't know how easy the raid is or whatever, but I do think these crap Jedi, they're gonna try to force us to gear.
Yes, I do think that some of them because we're looking at normally there's 25 to 30 characters for a raid. And we're looking at just off the top of my head, about 9 or 10 of them are going to be brand new this time around, right? Because we have Stop is going to be definite. We have 5 Gungans. Okay, so that's 6, and then we have Queen Amidala. We have Master. I keep thinking Kenobi, but Master Qui-Gon. We have Padawan Obi-Wan, so that's 9. And I really think Keller and Beck as well, just because he's new and also Galactic Republic. So
Yeah,
10 out of those 28 to 30 slots are taken up. Um, and I don't think that they're going to give us some of the better things like JMK because that's post.
you're garbage at the bottom. Just gives you some GP. But hey, Wolf, how's it going?
And it's not like you need the GP. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
At 12 million, you don't need the GP, but you don't need core gear either. Core gear is not at a premium at this level, so
she's
just bite the bullet.
she's just a dragon. She just likes to sit on her hoard. Yeah,
Smog.
yeah. Yeah. Excellent account. Excellent datacrons. Smoking. Absolute smoking account. All right. Do you know the Wolf? Egnards?
The name is familiar. The
Yeah.
name is familiar, but I don't
This
think we've interacted.
Yeah, he's a streamer. Excellent streamer. I really like his stuff. I watch even his non he's one of the few streamers I'll watch that just like is a variety streamer too. So cuz
Mhm.
I think he's a really cool dude. From New Jersey too. He's from Jersey.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a Jersey boy.
All
and
right.
you're
See,
and
where were you
you're
when we did our Reddit meetup? A bunch of us went out a few weeks ago to
Yeah,
where was it?
I don't think he's a Reddit
Brewing.
guy. I don't I've never heard him talk about Reddit. He's really
I
big
don't watch
into
anything.
yeah, he
Example,
does
I
like
I don't watch any content.
yeah,
Zero.
he does
None.
the scribe talks with scribe. Um but yeah, he streams his GAC and he's a great dude. So he variety streams too and then and streams his GAC. So
Where did we go? Do you know Magnify Brewing? We were at Magnify Brewing, a bunch of us a few weeks ago. I don't remember the town that it's in, but we all met up and it was fun.
Yeah, I just think he's a really chill dude. So really cool guy. So Egnards, Wolf,
Thank you.
Egnards. Yeah, two cool people. Just met right now. I'm really happy about it.
Worlds collide.
Yeah. All right. So you never get that compliment. Sorry, Solasher. So Solasher, Egnards, Solasher. I'm
Cheers.
pretty
I
sure.
don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
I don't think
pretty
there's any
sure.
coffee left in here. It's
Yeah,
cold.
I ran out of my Japanese energy drink. Oh no, I still have a little bit left. But luckily I have my Japanese uh vitamin C drink
I'm
too.
not, are you flying to the U.S., Conk?
He
I don't
might.
think I'm making it to your neck of the woods in a pretty decent amount of time.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I'm pretty sure I could go there. I don't know. The military is like real restrictive on where I can go in July. Nice.
Look, if you're here in July, hit me up, and if I'm around, I love meeting people. And there's people in New York City who have. I'm like, hey, if you're in Manhattan, because they're always in like the Brooklyn and the Bronx, and nobody wants to go there. I have no problem. I honestly don't know. This is my first time going there, but I know I'm going with one of the guys from Reddit who is on our who's one of the mods actually on our Discord. Something in the water. We're hitting up bricks on Thursday. So I'm always down to grab a beer with the people in the community. I think that's kind of what's different is I'm not just online. I go grab drinks and hang out too because I'm a poor pathetic, almost 40-year-old who doesn't have time for his own friends.
Yeah. So if anyone's in Okinawa, I'll have some ramen with you or something. Probably not. No one comes. No, no one. Yeah, no one wants to come to Okinawa. Only Japanese people and Koreans, I guess. Some Chinese, but everyone wants to go to Tokyo. So
I don't know where we're going. My older brother, he was talking about us doing a trip to Japan just because it's so close to where my younger brother lives.
hmm
So I'll have to hit you up when we make it down
yeah,
that way at some point.
or if you go to Korea, I could easily meet you. It's a 2 hour flight for me.
Oh
I'm yeah,
yeah,
like I'm gonna go
I
there.
plan on going back to Korea.
Yeah, next time you go, I'll meet you there because I owe my wife a Korean vacation because I was
Oh, what you
supposed
got to go to? Does she want to go to Joju or does she wants to go to the city?
no, like Seoul. Like she wants to go to the
Okay.
city
Well,
and
Seoul is huge. It's like
well,
40 square miles.
yeah. Well, did you know they're moving their like government headquarters out of Seoul?
No.
Yeah, because like it's like a triad. There's a triad of cities in
Okay.
Korea in the south, and it has nothing to do with like because it's like super close to North Korea. It has nothing to do with that. It's
Yeah.
there's a triad of cities in the south of their major cities other than Seoul. So they're putting it in the center of those triad to like make logistically it just makes a lot of
Make it a
sense.
little bit
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, so they have like the trains all set up and everything, and they've been building it up. So the city headquarters or the Blue House or whatever they call it is moving down there.
Seoul is an interesting place. I went to visit my brother by where he lives.
hmm
We were in Gangnam for the majority of the trip, and I don't remember the district he lives in, but he was like, "Oh, it's very rural. We hate living there. There's nothing to do." And we ended up doing like we went to a karaoke bar by his apartment, and it's just like you'd imagine Tokyo to be, like what
Yeah,
people imagine with like the lights and the everything's
yeah,
on and
hmm
it's futuristic. And we were looking at him like this is the boonies.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is
Because
like popping. There's people everywhere.
I was on a Osan Air Base, and the same thing. I like left the base, and I was like, this is popping. Like I don't even have to go anywhere. I just like walk two
Sit right
seconds.
there.
Yeah, and everything's just right there. So maybe I think just Korea just does it up. I have been to the boonies, like the boonies, because I went to like Punsan and Kunsan,
Hmm.
and that was like nothing. It was, yeah, it snowed, and it was like, it was one of the worst 72 hours of my life. I was in the snow for 72 hours, like taking snow off tents. I was young and military, so, just cheap labor. But let's get
Did all of
back.
your subscribers pop in today to be like, "Oh man, we're going to talk about Japanese and Korean trips and
Yeah.
Asian politics?" And
Well, everyone knows that I get off topic all the time. I'm not. You're like you're on it. You're like boom, 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 boom. I'll do 3 hours and I'll do three reviews because I'm always
that's
like,
because your chat is popping. My
yeah,
chat, there's like little lulls. Your guys
yeah.
are all over the place. I love it. I would
No,
never get anything done.
yeah, no. These guys are wonderful. But no, they're here to talk to the Egnards. You're the star of this show
Egnard
today.
too.
Yeah, the Egnards, the Egnarverse. Which, by the way, I don't know if you know this. I wasn't able to see your memberships. Like, I don't know if it like because it has to get
Someone else.
approved.
No, it's already approved. You know what? You and I maybe tomorrow, and I say
Yeah,
tomorrow by your time,
yeah,
not my time, because it is tomorrow for me, or it's early today. Someone else,
mhm,
Sassy, was asking me about that, and he couldn't. It wasn't working for him,
yeah,
and I need to figure that out. So we'll have to figure that out together.
yeah. Maybe
I
after
don't know
this, if we
why.
have time, I'll take like a quick look.
Yeah,
Hey, Gafsta. Yeah. Yeah, Kunk didn't see it either. I don't know, because I was like, "Oh, you got it," and then I clicked, and I was like, "Well, I could super like, right? Because
yeah.
I could
I'll
super
have to
like,
check
but
it
yeah, but I was like, oh,
because I see it on my account. It says, "Oh yeah, join," but we'll deal with that later. We don't have to worry
yeah,
about that right now. Let's get
yeah." So,
into
all right,
Punk's
Kunk
theories though.
Tater, the new member of Australian Commandos, Bravo. I don't know, because it's Commandos. I feel like saying Bravo. You know,
Well, I
the
get it.
military. Yeah,
You're in the armed forces. You got the NATO
yeah.
language going on.
I don't. I'm not a big fan of it. It gets annoying. Some of those other ones are get real difficult to remember. All right, so 6.4 million GP. Let's see, Galactic War Battles. Wow, you have a lot more Galactic War Battles than I thought you would. They're like 2 years and I don't know 9 months or something, 8 months. A lot of time, a lot more time than I would have thought. This is the count that I made. I used to make my guide,
I
which
know I had said something and I was like, "Oh, I thought he already had that character." And Kung's like, "Oh no, that was my account." All right, that makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah, because like this, he had a crit chance triangle here, and we kept failing and failing, and I was like, it should work. Like I don't know, I was like, I don't know what's going on. Like this should work. Like we had Malgus, he was fractured, and then SOKR just didn't have the juice to take out Malgus, and I was like, what is going on? And then I saw and he didn't have this crit damage triangle. So the second we put a crit damage triangle on
It was
SLKR,
just easy.
we beat it the first time. So we tried like smashing my head against a wall, and that was all we needed. So I don't mind. So I don't mind health. I have a health primary on SLKR too for the cross, but I do want offense percent here. So like flat offense 187, it's still decent, but like if you're gonna go
Yeah,
with some,
I have an offense.
yeah, if you're that's the easy way to go. And I would not have this on SOKR. If you had an high offense secondary, like 5% or more, yeah, absolutely. I would do that, but I wouldn't do that cross. All right, so let's look at
Well,
what's in his account. I don't like this. I don't like the R9 Piets. I don't.
no.
I get why some people did it back in the day. Like if you had R9 Piet Egnards, I wouldn't be like, "What are you doing?" Because you could have very well used it during the meta where
Yes.
Piet was like where you're just competing in a shard, and having an R9 Piet meant that people wouldn't attack you. They would attack someone else, or it gives you that competitive edge on climbing.
But you know
So
what? The funny thing with that there is that it really, like, even in the executor meta, I preferred going second. So having a Piet at R8 was better for me anyway.
yeah,
Um,
I do agree. I do agree with that. I like my ships going second. I like my Piet going first. I don't know why. Like I like to all in on their dude, get attacked,
and I'm finding
heal.
now Leviathan too. I like going second.
Really? I don't know. Leviathan I love going first. Like it's an
No,
easy
well,
dub for me.
there is a new strategy with the MK6
Yeah,
in
I did
the
see
opening
that.
lineup, but
Yeah.
it doesn't work as well if you go first.
Really?
I prefer going second.
I'll remember that whenever they like R10 comes out, and I'm like, I'm not R10ing this, and if I don't have whatever the new thing is, then maybe I'll do that. Use the Mark 6 so I can go second. But my shard's honestly not that competitive. But yeah, not a big fan of that. I did see so this guy, Mr. Kunked, he got the Inquisitors, which I don't advise people to get this early, like generally, but he did it to get in. I think to get into a
To
good
get into a
guild.
better guild.
Yeah, which I still think his guild is kind of a little. It's okay. It's okay. I think it's not what I would choose because he did send me a message saying like, hey, what do you think of my guild? Because I told him his last guild sucked. And then this guild, I wouldn't say it sucked, but it wasn't. It's the kind of guild where you would join because you're like, oh, they have tons of GP, they do okay, and then how not competitive they are would just like bug me over time. So
Yes, yeah, but the three Omicrons is what kills me there.
yeah, well,
Um,
Kunk doesn't read, or I don't want to say that. He's very
and
literate. Kunk is very literate, but
sure.
he just upgrades things because he has like OCD or something, and I'm like, don't do this, and he's like, I have to fully upgrade them. Like
Oh,
he's just
uh,
like has to fully upgrade, and some of these aren't bad, like Juhani, but like Kyle Katarn, like
I'm
really
I have my pal. I am a big pro Alcatarn Omicron guy. I'm a huge fan of
what?
his Omicron.
Get out of here with that garbage.
For me, I know you're more of a PvP player, but for me, it's about time management, and Alcatarn allows me to solo every phase of ROTE in a light, or not solo, sorry, auto
Otto,
every
I
phase in a light
I
speed, and love it.
I will say territory battle Omicrons are not worth it. In my opinion. I think you can I know I understand why you like to auto everything, but you can do everything without autoing it. So
I
and
think for you, I would agree. For someone in your position, if you're in like the
but would
six
you
to about nine
but
GP,
would you
it's
agree
not worth it.
For Cunctator over here with his
For a punctator, I
R5
don't think
Kyle
it's worth it.
Katarn? The first
No,
phase of ROTE, is he really getting an Omicron worth
no.
of like no, like yeah.
What I will say is being 11.5 million with and being in, I mean, I'm in K1 now as a freaking turtle, so lowest possible effort. When I talk about return on investment, I am a big fan of some of the territory battles Omicrons because again, it allows me to manage my time better. Can I do those things on not auto? Yes, but now I can do them while I'm sitting on the couch watching TV with my wife and not having to take away from our time where I can put on a battle and just hit auto and not pay attention to it. And that's very valuable to me. But for someone in this position, territory battles, Omicrons are not going to give you the same return.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I remember him being real liberal with his Omicron usage. Like he just spends them. He has an Omicron, he's in his pocket, it's burning a hole in there, and he just has to spend it. I just don't agree with it.
Well, I agree with you in if for the most part when it comes to the battles not being worth it. Today we're actually for the first time trying phase one with no tags to see if our guild will do it without any tags to max it out to make my life easier. But as the territory battles officer for my guild, I have to be on top of it um, so that other people are also doing their stuff. Generally, the fleets are the better part because you're getting double the amount and you don't have to relic anything, or at least egregiously relic anything.
I will say the Aldi, that was a funny like has a wife flex. Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one. All right, so Imperial Troopers is a big one. I remember telling him Imperial Troopers would be a good. Like he has Sith with SLKR. It's not efficient, right? Like no one wants to sit there for an hour and auto that
It's
assault
awful.
battle. But I did it. I did it. I did it every time,
Oh,
and I would hate it. I would always look and be like, is this the first order one? And I did it once on stream while I was just talking to them, and I think it was music. He was like, "Hey, buddy, just use your Sith. You can 3-star it with your Sith."
you
And
can
I
do
was
this super easy and not have to do it anymore.
yeah, because I did have he's close. I think he has it. Like, what was it? Palpatine, Vader, Malik. Yeah, he has it. Palpatine, Vader, Malik, Basilisk, Sean Fallen, and then just Gear 12 on Nihilus. So once he gets the star on
Nihilus
Nihilus,
is so amazing.
yeah. So Gear 12 on Nihilus. There's a yeah, music. How's it going? I still remember you, buddy. So yeah, so that was that. Like sometimes not. I think it was like twice I tried it and Nihilus died. But after a while, his health ramps, and then it wasn't an issue, and I easily 3-starred it after that. So yeah, great way to do it. So not side farm, get your nihilist up so that you can stop wasting your time with the in that I love that. I love farming things that just like save me tons of time. And that's why I was so big into the Leviathan, because I was so sick of doing like 4 or 5 fleet battles every day, and that
And being
whole
able to do it
hour,
quick.
yeah, that whole hour of my day was ruined. And I remember because it's like 7 p.m. is my payout, so 6 p.m. is usually like when I'm out and about with my wife, or she wants to do something. So I come home around like 5:30. So I have to like run around, and I'm like trying to live my life while also like every 10 minutes,
Doing your fleets.
like sitting there, you know, like
That's why I'm always on top of fleets. Always on top of fleets
yeah.
every single time. You have to be.
Yeah, so now one attack a day, and it's like so easy. I do it on auto because it's a profundity. The guy in front of me is a profundity, so I just auto. It's the easiest fleet climb in the world. So
Kunk, what's your current farm? What are you working on now? I'm upgrading my SK, right? SK team and cat right now. All right. I should learn to read. Um, one thing I'm not super great at. So SK, I mean, again, I
cat team.
don't really
So like
care about SK, but
I'll tell you this. I really don't care about Commander Ahsoka. Like I know a lot of
she's not
people.
as great without
Well,
JMK. She does good.
yeah, don't get me wrong. She can off meta kill a lot of things. Like she can beat a Kenobi, she can beat or JMK, she can beat SLKR. She can beat a lot. Like she is really good. For Rey, I don't think you need her for Rey. I really don't. Like you can just go with like the budget is Barris. I don't know if you have Sortie. But for Rey, I just went with Ben, Rey, Barris, L3, and yeah, and that was perfectly fine for me. I don't think you need Cat for that.
No, I don't see her as a priority until you get JMK. And but again, some people they have their own priorities, and she is a good character, and she does great with Padme too. So
Yeah.
she is a good character. I just think at this point we're still looking at the ROI kind of phase of the game, right? And because like we look at this at 6 million, if I see somebody at 6 million and the only GLs we have right now are the 2 that you can get with the Lightspeed bundles, when there's ones that are going to give you a lot more.
Yeah, and you don't even have Ben. So even Cat with Ray is it's still pretty lackluster without Ben, I
But
would say.
it is his favorite character in the game, right? So like I get it. I do.
Some-
That's me with my R9 Marin. That's me with my almost R9 geez, my R9, almost R9 Gungans, right? It's just sometimes you have to be a little bit silly.
I do like the because if you're going for if you have to farm Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, then just go all in on that. You don't need Commander Sokotano if you have Cal Kestis. Like I would say.
And you're going for Cal Kestis anyway, right? So you're
Yeah.
going for Jedi Knight Cal, so you're putting your gear into that. Swallow douche isn't getting activated.
He's
I'll
good.
tell you, Swallow solo is going to destroy Gungans in GAC. It's going to be a thing. People are going to do it.
Why is that?
Because in GAC with his Omicron, he ignores protection.
Oh yeah.
And he also
Yeah.
has an AoE, and
Yeah.
their health is so low. that I'm seeing it happen. Unless there's somebody on that team that's gonna like outspeed him and stop him from going, he's gonna solo them.
Yeah, but that's expensive. That's expensive because that's like taking out your Ray.
It depends on what you're gonna use Ray for, but yeah, I mean, there's so many options for a good Ray team, especially if you're using Ray on offense as opposed to defense, and that depends on the Datacrons.
Yeah.
She's obviously a very defensive GL right now because of Datacrons, but when the Datacrons don't match up, SK
I
is
th-
an easy counter.
I think she'll always be viable on defense, just because she's so flexible. Because she's
She
just
is
light
very
side.
flexible.
Yeah.
She is very flexible.
Is there a Bay? No.
There's
Come
no
on.
Afro.
There's no Afra. You guys are. There's no way. Like there are some people that do Afra rushes.
Oh, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Wolf, I had a similar one yesterday. It was Ray, Ben, Cal, but no Datacron. And I was like, oh, this is great. I can do it with my SK. Felt good.
I lost. I lost a GAC because of a Ray. That was the one. It was the one battle I dropped. I should have just done the mirror because I had Ray on offense, but I was like, oh, it's just Ray, Ben, JTR, and then she did one whirlwind and deleted my palp, and I lost. That's all it took.
So we have a bunch of farms, right, that we're working on here. So we have Commander Ahsoka, which is kind of like a hard farm. We have SK, which is something that we're kind of doing as a passion farm. And then we have Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, which is kind of like a guild requirement to stay in a guild that's much higher than where he currently is. How are his Jabba marquees looking? That's something that we're on the road to at least.
Not horrible.
Uh, well, Cursatan is a Cantina
Yeah,
gift.
but like 1 star here, 3 stars there.
What about his bounty hunters in general? I mean, probably CT1, maybe CT2 on the Rebel Roundup. Uh,
This is this is such a horrible Zeta. It really upsets me.
it
I
really
like
is.
seeing this Zeta. It's such a crap Zeta. Yeah.
It's disgusting. They have to change. Like it's so ridiculous. Like toppled isn't even a thing anymore.
Yeah, like
Um,
the Omicron. That's what I was saying. Like his Omicron usage is atrocious. Like look at this.
Look, I'm all for that Bosch Omicron. I did the Bosch
But
Omicron when Crate was a thing.
like this didn't even have the requirements. This was like I think
That's true.
maybe just the
That's very true.
yeah
My Bosch was R8, so
yeah
that's different.
yeah I get it. Like if in Prime 10 Omicrons, you can split up Jabba and Bush to get like max participation. You used her. I got 100. Like 100. Like I don't know what your actual like participation with Bush was, but it was not worth an Omicron, even at 10.
For me, it made doing the Java run super fast. I could do it in less than a minute, and
Oh,
that was worth it to me.
you kept her with Jabba?
I did because my guild we did not care about the raid, so
Oh,
our
okay.
requirement was just the 128 bucks.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Because
that's
nobody wanted
super
to do
low.
it. We all hated it.
Hmm.
So we did that box for it because outside of the Java run, all of the other runs took so long.
Yeah.
So we just didn't bother.
I mean, yeah, I get it. I did not like how that's the one thing I like about the speeder bike raid. Super quick.
Is that it's quick?
Super quick, yeah. Like I just knock it out in a few minutes. Don't mind it at all. Yeah. But
I do think, and I said this on Reddit. I did a whole long post with those like raid Omicrons.
mhm.
I think that they should be shifted to low tier Omicrons app, like to TB or even to Conquest, just so that they're at least useful
I
after the raid is over.
I do
Like
I do
just
think if they made them Conquest, like cuz they want to push Conquest
Yes. Well,
Omicron.
that's why I had thought about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know about TB or I think anything. Like if they make it a double like raid plus it'll participate in something else, I think that would be an easy win for people. Like that would actually push people to actually use them.
Yeah. Speeder bike raid, I do about 11 million. I actually just started manually um 3 weeks ago because my guild wanted to push a little further without spending gear. I do 11 million in about 15 minutes and I don't do any remod
So
at all.
I do 6 million, but I'm you know like my account's tiny. Well, it's not tiny. It's like I'm only 8 million.
Comparatively.
Yeah, comparatively, but I haven't farmed anything for it. It's just with Jabba and JML, and then with the yeah Jabba JML Executor, you get 6 mil participation. So if you farm those three farms, that's what it gives you. So, but
All
that's
right, so where
like
do you
two
think
eight boss.
after the farms, right, that Kunk has to do? Where are you
hmm
thinking?
So if he has to do those, like obviously Jabba, right? Like, because if we have the short term plan, long term needs to be Jabba. So that's an easy and like I've seen his mod score. I've seen his mod score. He needs Jabba. He needs Jabba in
He
his
needs
life.
Jabba.
Yeah, he needs some Jabba. He needs some Jabba. So Jabba, and then after Jabba, I would go Imperial Troopers.
What do we have with Wampa, Hermit, and Roll? I hate seeing accounts at like 5, 6 million that don't have Jedi Master Luke. It just makes your life so much harder.
What is Jabba under? Oh, there's Wampa. Yeah. So
Wampa, okay,
Wampa,
so Wampa's
yeah.
at 7
So
stars.
this is a travesty right here. A travesty. Do you see
And this
how
is that's
many?
the Omicron.
Do you see how many Omicrons he has? Like I don't hate on the Savage that gear 12 that, but like Zam this low gear. Like if you have Lord Vader, yeah, Omicron Zam whatever. It helps with like Radis or Malgus, bad Malguses or even Radis. Like yeah, you can beat teams with that. So there's a use for that, but this Radis sooner or later yes, but right now no. I've like demolished this. Like, yeah, Phoenix, okay, whatever. First order TIE pilot,
No,
all right.
Wampa, I don't think this is maybe the first account I have seen in months that is above. Let me say the first account in months that has two or more GL that does not have Wampa runs.
Yeah, it's because he doesn't have the Omicrons because he placed them all on crap, like absolute garbage. So he needs to, yeah, Wampa's an easy dub. So I would get Wampa. Yeah, like you see the like Omicrons should not exist this low in account. Like they just shouldn't. Like
Yeah,
maybe Iden, like a gear 12 or something, or even like gear 8 Iden, like I got some sneaky holds with a really low gear Iden. People will be like, oh, I'm gonna take Darth Vader and just like demolish this team. And then Iden always goes first and then they lose. So
Iden was one that I did very early on when she first came out. People were doing her right away, and
uh-huh.
she could do so much very low gear.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
never capitalized on it, but it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate on you if you did like because I did that. Like I just took a small break for just to take Wampa and Savage to R5 and just the viability they give you in Grand Arena. That's like two full teams, two full relic teams. And especially in those lower gears, how many times do you see General Grievous, CLS on defense? That's easy. Every single Grand Arena, you're gonna Wampa and then you're gonna Savage those two teams, and then that just allows you to get easy wins because you have those are two good teams. If you have to either use something really good to beat them, or you just cheese them with those. So easy wins. I'm not saying you have to do it, but if you find a comfortable place where they're gear 12 and then you're like, you know what, I'm just going to take 2 weeks. How long does it take to build a relic? It takes me like 6 days, on average, sometimes longer depending on what it is, but like 6 days to take a gear 12
For
to,
me, I have so much relic gear
yeah, it
that
took you
I
it took you
don't
two
even. It's
seconds.
different. It's different.
Yeah, it took you two
Um,
seconds to get Dark Trooper.
well,
Honestly,
that I had a horde at that point. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, honestly, I was like, I was quite impressed because you're like, just choose any character, and I was like, well, what do you mean?
Anybody,
I was like, what do you mean? I was like,
anything except for
yeah,
Jedi Master Luke,
yeah.
right?
I was like, I don't even understand how you just like, and you're
You
like,
do
yeah,
it.
I just upgraded. I was like, oh man, I don't even know what that life is like. I'm like, I'm on the grind.
That
Um,
life is very new for me. Opinion, just to answer your question, I honestly I don't like ripping on accounts. From what I hear from Cap when I watch his stuff on his own, he doesn't really either. But Punk just happens to be somebody that we both know very well.
oh,
Who
I'll roast an account in a second. It just comes naturally. It just sometimes it just like it just pulls it out of me, and usually it's the
I
mods.
will
Usually
roast
it's the
friends.
usually it's usually the mods. Usually the mods when I look at something and I'm just like, oh my, like a tenacity modded mall, something like that. So, but yeah, it can be up to a month. Yeah, music's in my ear. Roast him, Captain. Oh, he asked for a roasting. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I get some residual roast too. Like just the second guy in the list just happens to get a residual. There's still a little residual heat there. That's why all your testimonials are so positive. Egnards, you were so
Yours
great.
are not.
like I just wanted to know how to mod this thing, and he just roasted me for 20 minutes. Yeah, I asked him one question, and he just kept roasting me.
No, mine are all are pretty nice, and I tell people like in my testimonial thing, it's like be as mean as you want, I don't care,
Yeah,
and I haven't gotten a mean one yet.
yeah. No, it's just sometimes I don't I try and I do say like I'll roast an account, but I always tell them how to fix it. I'm not just gonna like clown. And the smaller account is, the less likely I am to roast. It's usually those big ones, those huge accounts, those mega whales, and they're like, yeah, you can. I'm just gonna flex my account here, and then I just start roasting them. It's like, okay, if I just come up with like, I just have a really high expectation because they're just like, here's my
It's
here's
just
my
so big.
flex account. You can, I'll take all the praise you got for my account, bro. And then I'm just like, what is this garbage? All right. All right. So we got Hunt 'em down 0-8. I do want to see Black. If we can, have you ever reviewed Black Hammer? Have you ever reviewed his account?
I think I definitely have. I
Have
feel
you
like I
Black
have to have reviewed it.
Black Hammer? Are
People
you here?
sometimes will message me on Discord
Uh-huh.
and they will be like, "Hey, what do I do next?" And I'll be like, I know you. I
Hmm.
recognize your name. We've talked, but I've also done like 400 plus roster reviews. I don't
Yeah.
remember your roster.
Yeah,
Um,
sometimes it is hard because I'll ask someone. I'll be like, "Hey, did you want me to like?" I was about to say roast your account. I was like, "Hey, do you want me to review your account?" And then they'll be like, "You reviewed my account," and I'm like, "Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. I did. Of course, I did." Yeah, sometimes it gets hard. All right, so hunt him down 0-8, 3 million GP. 6 months. 6 months time played. All right, so he has a little Empire Sith team here. He's getting okay. Hey, Mr. Papa Palpatine. He has a Galactic Republic going, so not bad. Decent fleet placement. I'm not gonna roast you, my dude. You're but a babe. You're but a babe. It'd be like roasting a baby, Like I don't just go to a crib and be like, look at this ugly motherfucker, Like you can't do
all
that.
babies look like Winston Churchill,
Yeah, you
man.
can't you can't do that. Even if it's an ugly baby, oh, so beautiful, so sweet. What a beautiful baby,
Looks like he's just about to finish Kylo. OKR, maybe Lightspeed bundle, possibly.
There's some investment into CLS, but not like everything. I would say he's in that phase of the game where you're just trying to like relic up a few characters of main teams. Trying
Yeah.
to get like one or two relics on those main characters to get that team up and running. Like, Jedi Knight Revan, CLS, Bounty Hunters, Vader, Jedi Knight Anakin. He did you buy the Star Killer bundle? Pretty weird
Must
choice.
have.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I haven't seen
no.
someone
Oh, so it
buy.
went pretty quick.
No,
No,
so
you said you
you
didn't.
farmed it. Some some people lie. Some people lie too. Some
What
people
is
are
with
embarrassed. Some people are embarrassed for buying the Star Killer bundle. Like, no, I farmed that. I definitely spent those 1600 Kyrotech.
it seems like your viewers love Starkiller because every account we have is like either we have it and we shouldn't, or I'm going for it and you can't talk me out of it.
Well, you're a teen, don't got $50. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'll say this. Like a lot of people who are Twitch streamers or are Twitch watchers, a lot of Twitch streamers are just Grand Arena streamers. So they come in, they stream their Grand Arena, and then they, just talk a little, and then they call it a day. So a lot of like Twitch watchers are people who like Grand Arena. They're driven towards Grand Arena, and Star Killer is like the
The meta
the
there,
yeah, that's like the
big early
poster.
farm.
Yeah, the poster child for Grand Arena. It's like you like Grand Arena, get Star Killer because and it's a valid argument, right? Because everyone has Ray, and who's the Ray killer, especially early game. Star
Early on.
Killer, yeah, because if you don't have an answer for Ray, you're going to be stuck for a really long time because she is a very tough GL to beat if you don't have the right teams, and you can't clean her up like JML,
Hmm.
SOKR, Leia, Jabba, Lord Vader. They all have like these weird little ways you can beat them with like teams that are just like okay, but Ray is like if you don't have a gas or something that's like top tier, you're not going to get beat her. So yeah, I totally understand why people are like, why I need Star Killer. I want Star Killer. And it's probably because they just keep hitting Ray walls and they're like, well, if I had that Star Killer, I could have won this Grand Arena, which is probably true.
Yeah, it's just so Chirotech intensive for what you get overall. Looking at this on GG right now, again, you're in that point of the game where the ROI is just super important so that you can do things faster later on.
Yeah.
And I just think that that's super important to an account that is pre-conquest to be able to build out 5 of the 7 assault battles at a level where you're getting, Chirotechs consistently every month, every month, every month.
You're just yeah. So I would say like he's only been playing for 6 months. So having
No, for
Star
where?
Killer, yeah, having Star
Yeah.
Killer after 6 months, that's really impressive. And it's not like he only has Star Killer because I've seen some accounts like that where it's like you only have Star Killer, but it seems like he spent a little bit, right? He bought some bundles, or he bought the SOKR bundle, right?
That was my assumption, but I don't know if it
Yeah,
was $10.
yeah.
You
So
know,
he bought the SOKR bundle, like 100%. If he says he didn't, he's a liar because this is 100% a bot bundle.
now I'm not. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything really with ships. Like I don't see Razor Crest in here at all.
I
Uh,
really don't understand this Relic Django though. This Relic Django is like a huge question mark for me. Like, what's up with the Django?
he's unchained.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, fishies. How's it going?
other than the Razor Crest, he's getting fairly close to Executor. He's only 760 carbonate circuit boards, but still no. I mean, we need a ship focus. Is really what I'm trying to get on.
All right. Take care, Wolf. Have a good day.
Working on BAM. Okay, that's why. All right. So
Working
you're
on Ben.
working on it. You
Okay.
at least understand that you need to be on that train. So that's good. That's where we want to be.
You don't have the TIE bomber whatsoever.
And that one needs to start on too,
Yeah.
because it's going to take you six
Mm-hmm.
months unless you want to refresh it.
Yeah, I would say you're gonna have to refresh. that because 6 months is a really long time. So it with a refresh a day, that's 3 months.
So I mean, what do we? I mean, I feel like you have to build out this account. There's a point in the game where you go for efficiency um, fun, and I feel like once you build out those assault battles, you can do that. To the point where you probably want to do Executor, you want to do JML, and you want to do Jabba. And I would personally just keep going down the GL routes. But I think once you have those three tools, you can expand out and do whatever you want because you'll be no more or less fast than other players at that point.
I don't if it like for me, I would say like of course like finish out the Star Killer. Like if you farmed
You're
Star
already
Killer,
there.
finish Star Killer. You don't have to farm the additional characters for him. Like you don't have to get Visas Mar. You don't have to get um a specific tank for him if you don't have one. Like you can put something in there. Any like obviously not these, but you can put General Kenobi if you wanted to, or crappy old Ben, or even this Plo Koon, like totally fine low gear. So like any light side unaligned force user, preferably not CLS, but you can put one of these like crap ones in here, like low gear Cal or
Get that
Ahsoka, or
unique.
yeah, just to get that unique going because you're using them on offense anyways. Like yeah, your banners are gonna like die. They're only gonna soak up one 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 hit, but that's it. But other than that, like you don't have to specifically build something like that for him. But
But
I
you're
would,
also not going against like fully mapped rays at this level anyway.
yeah,
You're going against pretty bare bones rays.
yeah. So like Mara Jade comes with the team. You have Emperor Palpatine. Those three can carry you through. That's all you need. And you just need the other two to activate them. Other than that, like I would say I would go for Executor into SOKR. Like you bought the SOKR bundle.
Yeah,
You have a 4-star finalizer. So
already being there, yes.
yeah, so Star Killer, Executor, SOKR. What even between Executor and SOKR, I would say like SOKR you're much closer. So like even though I think Executor would probably be the most beneficial for your account, like you're still getting some fleet placement. You can finish SOKR and then go into Executor, and then from there, like you can start working on your assault battles, like finish off R3, the whole CLS team, and then after that you can do like Imperial Troopers, and get them up and running, and then after that Jabba, like Jabba,
400%.
yeah. So that
You
that
need, and once you have those things, you're pretty okay. To be able to branch out and have fun and do what you want with the more silly things.
yeah, always Jabba because Jabba's the best. But that's like not just shard farm because you have to have it's like a layer, right? Like an onion. You just gotta like once you have the energy, just shard farm. But I would say you do need to continue working on your ships. Like these are like you haven't been playing that long, so of course they're pretty like lackluster. But the only real investment you have in ships are the ships, well, other than Anakin, are the ships that you bought. So I would say continue. Yeah, you already have Negotiator at 6 stars. You can go ahead and 7-star it. It's your main fleet right now. Go ahead and get that up. But after that, you need to be using that Galactic War store so that you can get these Geos up and running. Go for the Malevolence after that. Farm the Vulture Droid, Vulture Bomber, or Hyena Bomber, and then just work on one fleet at a time and continue those hard node farms for fleets and try to focus on like one fleet at a time. So since you have Galactic Republic, yeah, of course you should be double farming that TIE bomber, and just single farm this IG 2000. But other than that, once you have excess energy, you can farm, this Y wing or whatever other galactic. I would say just the Y wing, honestly, and then start working on your separatist fleet, like the hyena bomber, and then these you can earn passively through the stores, and then you just like passively continue farming your fleets. until you have them all. It takes a long time. It takes like 3 years or something to fully get them, and they just like keep building more. So, here's anything to add?
No, no, no. Again, it comes down to those little ROIs, and once you have those, then you can have fun.
Yeah.
Not that you can't have fun now. It's just that it makes it. What people don't realize is all of those fun farms you want to do. It makes it easier to do them more quickly later on.
Hey, Mithra Naruto.
That's Thrawn.
Yeah, yeah. He just requested a roster review from you. Hey, Grand BKL. Yeah, I saw that you posted that because I didn't know that was Thrawn's. I'm guessing that's his Chiss name.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, once you said, because I read what you said to him, you're like, oh, anything for Thrawn. I was like, oh, that must be his Chiss name. Yeah.
100%.
Okay. All right. So we have SWGOH gameplay. Are you here, buddy? Still around?
Kat, before
Uh,
you move on to the next one,
Yep.
I hear my wife stirring upstairs, which means
Okay.
I have to leave the office for the day.
Okay.
So you keep going. You finish out your roster reviews. For anyone who's on my list and was hoping I'd get to them right now, when Cap is sleeping, I'll be on in a few hours. I just have some chores to do, and I'll have to move my whole setup upstairs.
Okay. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out. I know you got to run. So always a pleasure.
All right. So and again, guys, hit us up on Discord. We're doing some crazy crap over there. Enjoy the rest of your stream, man. I'm sure by the time I'm even able to pop back in, I won't be able to because you'll be sleeping. But
Yeah.
we got to do this again.
Yep. Absolutely. Next time on your stream, hosted by
100%, man.
Egnards. All right. Take care, dude.
Peace out, man.
Yeah. So there's the Discord for anyone else. Let me go ahead and remove this one. Do you want more people to ban? All right. So yeah, this was a good stream, guys. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Yeah. So for those that didn't get a roster review, you could always here's a video on how to get one. So it's with there's in our Discord, you can join just a real quick how to. So we have Egnards here. So when you join, it'll have some welcome thing. So you have to join the welcome, and then from there you go to either join my roster review request here, or you have Egnard's roster review request here. They'll get to them pretty quickly, and then we'll add you to our list. And what's a bay? Bay is like a babe. So you take out the B in babe, and then that's your bay. And so the bay here for I didn't even the bay for Aldous Sandflies is I'm not I'm bayless. I have a wife, but no bay. No bay, sadly. But if you go to scoundrels here, Dr. Afra. So Dr. Afra is the bay. So unfortunately, I am bayless. I lack a bay. I lack a bay. All right, so yeah. Before anyone else, I feel like that's an acronym that was made after the fact. You know how there's acronyms and then you make acronyms to fit into something? I feel like that's how someone I think it or I would have to Google it, but I don't believe that started as an acronym. I just don't believe it. I'm a non-believer. Before anyone else. Oh, that's what someone else said. A mountain goat. So I guess if two people say it, then I'll believe it. So before, and you guys aren't even in the same stream. So before anyone else, there you go. Learn something every day. Learn something every day. I had no idea before anyone else. So what do you guys think about the combined format? Boomer Captain. Yeah, I'm an old man. But what do you guys think? Tell me your guys' opinions. Do you guys like it? I don't know about Egg. We'll have to find a time that works because we're literally across the world from each other. Like I'm going to bed and he's waking up, so it's a little difficult for us to like do them at the same time. But I think it's a good format. I really do. I like the format. It's a lot funner looking at an account with someone, or at least having someone to chat with, than just myself. So I look forward to joining his stream and then reviewing some accounts. I think the way he'll do it is probably his list because he's pretty like die hard on the list. I'm like I'm real flexible on that whole list thing because I was talking to Solasher too, and I feel like if I stick to the list, um, then it's a lot more difficult to kind of like stick to the stream. And it just you just can't play off each other. You just can't play off each other. Hey Josh, there's a lot of roster reviews I missed. There's tons of roster reviews that I didn't get through. But what do you mean I missed it? JLA. You're still watching the VOD of Aldi review while sitting by a pool in Jamaica? Nice. Yeah, I like that review. That was a long review. I don't know how long we went. It was like an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and 40 minutes or something. Because I did an account review and a GAC review. Hey, Jiggity. No Jiggity, no doubt. Yeah, so that was a good review. Let's donate to this dude. Yeah, but there's like tons of people. What happened to my GAC? So what happened was you were supposed to go like this music, and I was supposed to go like this, and then it just didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way. I'm hard. Did you review JLA yet? JLA. I don't know. Are you talking about did you put in a request for JLA? Let's see. So here's my current list for reviews, and I have got through like none of these so far. So I haven't done reviews in like over a week or something. It's been a long time. So I'm really behind. So I haven't. So you're second on the list, JLA, to get on my list. So if you guys want to review and you're not on here, then just you have to put in a request and I'll get to it as soon as I can. But I am thinking about doing them live, more live instead of list based. I don't know. I still have to play with the idea. Nice, you did the sneaky win. The sneaky win is always a great win, Dr. Riley. Always a sneaky win. Yeah, but I do like the live reviews. I really do. Just because I can like talk to you, I can ask you questions. But I feel like it's hard to do live reviews and then keep it fair because there's people like Josh Acosta. Like that dude put in his request for a roster review. He put it in like a long time ago. Let's see. How long did he put it in here for? I don't even know. Somewhere here. Over a week ago or something? I don't know. Yeah, JLA. So March 25th. It's April 2nd. So we put it in over a week ago. And I still haven't got to it. But is it more fair to like someone who joins my stream right now is like, hey, I'm watching, I want to get a roster review. And I'm like, well, like you've been here all of 2 seconds. Do you cut the line over this guy who's been waiting over a week? So it's like kind of hard to like balance. Like I want to be able to like engage with people live, but I also want to maybe I'll do that. Maybe do like yeah, like I'll do like 2 live or something, and then I'll just go off the list after that or something. Maybe, I don't know, a balance. I just got to play around with it. I got to play around with it. Oh, you lost a tie. That's rough, Benji. That's absolutely rough. That's rough. I get it. I get it. Happens to the best of us, right? Happens to the best of us. But I'll tell you this, guys. I really do like this format. I really do. So I look forward. I don't know how much because again, our schedule is like so whack that I don't know how often we can do it because he does like his main time is like Sunday mornings and he literally streams when I go to bed. So like when he starts streaming is like right now, and then it's like right before I go to bed. So sometimes I'll catch like the end of his stream, but it's really hard for us to like link up. But I really do like Egnards. That's why we have. I would consider him a friend. I absolutely would. That's why we have a. Oh man, I did not do anything for my TB. I did not do anything. I totally forgot. TB is on right now. Man, I'm the worst. I am the worst. I should at least deploy. I did my platoons. I wake up in the morning and I do my platoons. If I didn't platoon, they would have my head. But let's see. Let's see how much is left here. I didn't do anything. I did literally nothing except for the platoons. All right. Man, 3 stars. Normally we 3 stars everything. No star. What? Really? Okay. Yeah, I'll probably after the stream, I'll probably like I'll do all these. But yeah, I would say like Egnards and I'm a really big fan of his. I would say I would consider him a good friend as far as like the streaming realm of worlds. Like, cause I haven't been doing it this long, but um, Sanjita and Zareth and Sarah doing reviews that player requested, mostly over 1 year ago. Really? I didn't even know Zareth and Sarah do reviews. Oh, they do the it's like a roast, right? Isn't it like a roast or something? It's not even like a review. They don't like give them any. They do because they do the 300 game and then they do other things. But I don't know what else they do. But yeah, I guess it takes like a year. Um, yeah, they do like some sort of roast or something. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I honestly don't feel bad with how long it takes to get a review from me because I really don't think it's that long. I really don't. Right now, it's not. Yeah, I really don't. I don't feel bad. You know, if you're like Captain Amazing, I've been waiting so long for this review. You know, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, dude. You know, like I do my best. I do my best. Yeah, I don't. I'm not too worried about like 1 week. I do feel kind of bad when people are like, "Did you do my review?" Because I do always. I'll say this, Josh Acosta. I do. I do at you on Discord. So the second you get your review, I will timestamp it, and then I'll at you so that you can get it. So like 100%. When I review your account, you'll know about it. 100%. So yeah. So well, that usually I do them live. A mountain goat, usually live, and of course, if anyone like donates or whatever, I'll excuse me, I'll give them an account review on the spot, or as like at least that day, just because if you support the stream, I really don't want. I'm not here to like make money or anything like that. I'm here to have a good time. This is a hobby for me. I'm a hobbyist. I do appreciate that you guys fund my Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So like everything I make on stream goes right back into the stream. Like like all the software and stuff I have to get for streaming and creating all that stuff. Like there's monthly subscriptions for all that stuff, and then like random things I'll buy for streaming, but it's all for fun. Like it's all a hobby for me, so I would do it anyways, even if I made no money on this. But all that money I make on this, I just like put straight back into the stream or into my account. So I do appreciate it. I really don't spend much on my account though. At most it's like 30 to 50 a month or something, which I think is like pretty maybe average. I don't know what the average player is. There's a reason this game is going on for so long. It's because people spend money. All right, so I'll do a few more reviews. Are you guys still interested in a review? And because I feel like at this point you guys were promised like an Egnards Captain Amazing review, but if you just got like a Captain Amazing review, it's like it's a step down from what you wanted. It's like I ordered filet mignon and you served me like chuck roast or something. But like I love some chuck roast. Chuck roast is like solid, but it's not what you ordered. It's not what you ordered. According to Reddit, it's about 500 USD. Yeah, some people drop some mad money on this game. Definitely not me. But yeah, yeah. So I'll say this. If anyone, yeah, that's what you were thinking. Oh, SWGOH. How dare you? How dare you? I could say that because I'm me, but you're saying like I'm Chuck Roast. How dare you, SWGOH? The audacity to come on my stream and call me Chuck Roast to my face? How dare you, sir? How dare you? The audacity. You'll take the pork scratchings. um, but I'll do like one or two more reviews. Is there anyone who wanted a review that hasn't gotten a review from me? That just wanted a review, not just like the prime the prime review from Egnards and myself. But if you just wanted a review, because you haven't gotten a review and you need like legitimate account advice, I will give you a review. So at JLA, I'll get to you. Like, of course, at JLA, you'll be my first one. Is there? I'll give one more spot for someone who just wanted a review from Captain Amazing. You know, who wants some chuck roast? Who wants some chuck roast? You may have to put some ketchup on it or something, some barbecue sauce, and maybe a little chewy or something. But it'll nourish you up, like it'll fill you up. Um, yeah. So I'm at, from my account I haven't reviewed yet. So James Glass. Okay, James Glass. I haven't reviewed you yet. So go ahead, James. Drop your ally code. So I'll do JLA and then I'll do James, and that'll be my stream probably. So let's look at JLAs because you're here. You've waited a week. It's not bad. I would say not bad at all. All right. So all right. So what did JLA say? Just like every other person who's ever asked me for a review, he just said looking for a roster review. Any advice will be welcome. So 0, nothing. Just, hey, review me, bro. So I will review you, bro. No problem. I got you. Let's see. Let's do the review. I will say, if you could please just once you finish your review, finish your review, go ahead and just write your testimonials here. Like, hey, Captain reviewed me and then he roasted me. Hurt my feelings, but I learned a lot. You know, whatever it is, whatever you feel like, then go ahead and just put your information there. All right, so JLA, since you gave me absolutely no information, at least tell me, what is your current farm right now? Like, what are you currently farming? What is your main farm? And then what game mode do you most focus on? Like, is there anything you specifically that you focus on? That would help. Hey, Jar Jar, how's it going? Yeah, but what's those questions I asked, if you could please answer. All right, so we have JLA, the real Squirtle Squad, 8.5 million GP, 4.8 in characters, 3.6 in ships, 18,000 galactic war battles, pushing Jabba. Excellent idea. Highly agree with that. Close to 4 years. Getting close. All right. So 5 GLs. R9 third sister. Look at that. Look at you. Putting all that investment into this character. Excellent. That's a lot. That's a lot. Really, this is a really bad mod, my dude. This is a really bad mod. I don't know what you were thinking here, where you were like, this is the mod that needs to go to 6A. This is it. This is the creme de la creme of offense mods. But I don't agree with that one. Okay, mods for the rest of them. They're all right. There we go. Yeah. It's some residual. I'm sorry. You're just getting a residual roast. A residual roast. But no, protection. This is fine. Really kind of slow. Your JML's kind of slow. Really low potency. Not the best. It's okay. Like it's okay. These mods are not good, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. But overall, like pretty lackluster. I would say this needs to have I aim for like 10% protection on the diamond and the square. Because if you go with like a protection arrow here, then you want to be hitting like the 160s protection. Like this protection is fine. The speed is and then the potency is So yeah, your mods. Have you seen my mod guides? Have so before I'm just going into your mods and then we'll go into like farming pathways and all this stuff. But have you seen my mod farming guides? This is this was close. This was close to being good. You were so close. Speed's a little low, of course, because your speeds are low. The damage is really good here. Like for having a this is good. This is really good. I like this. You got really lucky on that one. But for oh my god. Oh. Oh. Oh man. This is you took all this you took this bad boy to 15B. You took this bad boy to 15B. I would have sold this. I would have sold this when it was 5E. I would have sold this at gray. I would have sold this at gray. I would have never this doesn't hit my standards at gray. Like 5 dot gray. This does not hit my standards to be worked on. So please watch my guides. Please watch my mod guides. So this is really, really bad. This, like, there's no reason that this should be on your SOKR. Like, I get it. 5 on offense, 3 on offense perfect. Okay, that's good. Glass. But I would say this, like, this circle, like, because it's on the difficult part with this circle is it's on a speed set. So you have to like I would use something like this on Sith Trooper, to be honest, and I would just not put a second set on him. So I would have like an offense set and then 2 mismatch sets on Sith Trooper, and just to have this much offense on him, like 5 flat, 150 flat offense, 4.4% offense. You can still use this. You can throw this on like Sith Trooper or something. Like it's still good. Or you can do it on a what do you call it? The other guy, Mr. Punchbot. I just had a brain fart. Dark Trooper. You can throw this on Dark Trooper. Just offset. Like obviously you're not going to give you. They need offense sets, so you would an offense set and 2 mismatch ones, and then I would yeah. So that's the thing, Josh. Like if you watch my guide, it'll tell you what the speed standards are for what, especially for like a speed set. If this was something like an offense set or something, because if this was an offense set, I would just like calibrate this defense and try to hit like offense here. Like I totally would get it. Like if this was an offense set and you hit like flat offense and then like super high on offense percent, like yeah, on an offense set, there's some characters that only care about offense and they don't need that much speed. Like Sith Trooper, Dark Trooper still wants some speed, but You know, like since you have this, you can throw this on Sith Trooper, is probably fine. But yeah, like that doesn't belong on SOKR. Like this, yeah, like you know, like why have a speed set if you're gonna have and like this? Like, don't get me wrong, right? Don't get me wrong. Like almost 6% offense is good. It's really good. But does this belong on SOKR? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So like even like this, like I would take this one and I would throw it on Sith Trooper or Dark Trooper, and then I would just have like an offense set for these four right here. That's what I would do. But like the speeds on this, except for that one, is like really, really lackluster. Just like really bad. Like this is good. This is super solid. But the rest suck. Like they're just awful. God awful. So just something to think about. And you have like a good amount of time played, a good amount of GLs. So you should have like it's fine. Like yeah, he's really slow. You do want him faster. Like if these are really slow, um yeah, like this is a pilot mod, unfortunately. So like I don't want to um that's fine, Raptor Savage. That's not horrible. So I don't want to like keep roasting these mods because I think we've gone past a point. I think you understand what I'm saying. I think you, yeah, like crit damage triangle. Oh yeah, SOKR. I forgot. I was so distracted by how low of like how bad those individual mods were. I forgot to tell you. So crit damage triangle. Crit damage triangle is so important for SOKR. Like really, really important. So this, yeah, this needs to be a crit damage triangle right here. So go ahead and take that one and just put crit damage triangle right there. But like a lot of these mods need to be revamped. Yeah, so this is really bad. Yeah, she doesn't need potency. She doesn't need protection. She doesn't need speed. She doesn't need protection. So like take all these mods, throw them on other characters. Like they're fine mods. They're okay. They're okay, but like she needs health. She needs health and offense. Like health primaries, offense primaries. Like or health primaries with offense secondaries. So you need health and offense. Health and offense. Health and offense. Like even speed. Speed is like okay speed, of course. Like you still want decent speed. I'm not talking like tens, but in the teens, like if you have like 14 to 20 something, you know, that's fine. Because what she really needs is like health and offense, like high health, high offense. So, yeah, find some new mods for her as soon as you can, because those are absolutely not good mods for her. I think I already looked at your third sister. Yeah, she wants health and offense too. But these mods were like okay. But like something, yeah, health and offense on Ray. Like something like this is like a Ray mod. Of course, I wouldn't say like unmod your third sister because she's still an important character too. But like start building some more mods for Ray overall. But there's nothing you can do about the past, right? There's nothing you can do about your characters. I would say if you have like good mods that are just like sitting around, like this set right here. Honestly, a lot of this set is like I would not obviously not that one. Um, yeah, not that one either. Yeah, this one maybe. Yeah. So like I think your mods on your GLs need some love. Like modding your GLs correctly is important. Will they still be useful? Will they still be good? Like yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can still get good mods. You can still get good characters and everything, but are they going to be good? Probably not. Like to be completely honest with you, probably not. So, like would I Yeah, like are they gonna do what you need them to do? Like, where are you at in the game? Yeah, Kyber 3. So yeah, I think it's probably your fleets too. Because it looks like your fleets are pretty lackluster. So you only have Executor at 5 stars. For Kyber 3, you should have, I would say like, because you don't have the Inquisitors, you don't have TIE Defender, you don't have the Marauder, you don't have an answer for arguably if you throw Executor on defense, you don't have a good answer for a lot of things on ships. So you don't even if you took your best fleets on offense, you don't have an answer for other people's best fleets. Like or like for a lot of fleets, like single fleets, you don't have answers for. So there's a lot of things that you're missing ship wise. So you do have this, which is like you could take out weak executors, um, which is fine, right? Like that's totally good. So good on you. That's good. Finalizer is an important one to have, especially to climb up. Like it takes out executors, but like if you put your executor on defense, which or maybe you take it on offense, I don't know. But you don't have Marauder, you don't even have close to a Leviathan counter. Because even if you like put some effort into TIE Defender, like your Chimera could maybe do it. Let's see, depending on if you have, yeah. So you have the TIE Interceptor. So the Chimera could be a more reliable executor counter, or like it can do a lot, but you need the TIE Defender. Like take Iden, I would say even Relic 5. Like Relic 5 her, give her some mods, put some abilities on her, give her Zetas, fully invest in this ship. The TIE Defender is so good. It is such a good ship. Like you're just like leaving a lot on the table here. I understand she requires Chirotech, but she's only one character. She's one character. But she is such a good ship. This ship is bonkers. This is like the foundation of what makes that Leviathan counter work for Chimera. Of course, there's other things because there's like Scythe, there's the TIE Interceptor, there's Vader's ship, there's the TIE Defender, but the TIE Defender is the thing. Like everything else just kind of like supports the Defender, believe it or not. Like everything else is just there to support her. But the TIE Defender is that point for the Chimera, is the turning point of what turned that into like an okay fleet into an absolute amazing top tier fleet. So you need to put some investment in this Iden. And she's good in ground. She's a good ground character. She has a cleanse. You can put her with Veer's troopers because she cleanses. You can give her her own trooper squad on defense. You can take it on offense. It takes out stuff like CLS, even CLSs that outgear her, or out relic her. So she's a good character. She has a good ground team. She has an amazing ship. Like your 8.5 million GP, you should absolutely have more investment in your TIE Defender. You don't have to rush the stars on Executor. You can leave it where it is. Let's look at your bounty hunters. Yeah, this is fine. If you put it on defense, just go triple attacker, put the Houndstooth and Slave 1 on defense. Oh, and you're about to have the GI ship and running? Yeah, TIE Defender, 100%. At least R5. At least R5. So if you have the Scythe, I would even say like maybe R7. Like I have an R5 Iden. I'll probably like play around with it, see how it goes. And then if it's not reliable, I'll take her to R7. But if you have Grand Inquisitor and you have the Scythe, like TIE Defender 100% needs to be like the Scythe and the TIE Defender need to be upgraded and worked on. I do like that you farmed your ships. You farmed all the stars, and I like that. I like that about you. You farmed the stars on these ships. That's good. That's a start. Still farm TIE Reaper. It's still a good ship. Sometimes you need like all the Empire ships if you split them up into two. If you use and you may very well do that because you can take the Chimera against. If you have the Scythe and you have all the ships built up, you can use the Chimera against Executor, and then you can use the Executrix against the Profundity. And those are two reliable off-meta counters that could be important for you because if you put your executor on defense and you're going against someone who has like the profundity and executor on defense, then you having the Chimera executrix and all the Empire ships on offense will give you two off meta counters for them. So it's something to think about. And sometimes if it's like triple attacker, the Chimera is a lot better than the finalizer for that. So something to think about. Yeah, but you're close. You're close with fleets. You're close, but you're not. Like you are, but you aren't. Like you went. It's like going really wide. It's like you built the core eight. You know, like a long time ago with the AP games, like they had that core eight teams, and it's like okay, you built the kind of not really because you don't have the defender, but like you built the core like malevolence. You have the negotiator. You have a chimera. You have an executrix. You have a finalizer. You have a home one. So you built like wide, but you didn't build the profundity. You didn't build the leviathan. You didn't build the defender. You don't have the scythe. So you don't have like the height of the tier. So I would say, and your executor is 5 stars, which is okay. Like executor and profundity work at low stars. On defense, it really like is a liability. I like them to be 7 stars, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You don't invest much into Datacrons. I would say at Kyber 3. In Kyber 3, like if you can just like put a little more effort into your Datacrons when you do Conquest. I'm not saying you have to, but if you can put some effort into farming them, because it's a totally separate currency, right? It's not going to slow down your main farms. But if you engage in these, if you engage in them even a little bit, like they're going to really help your teams. Like on defense, on offense, like if you want to perform at like into Kyber 2 or you want to like do better, then fleets and Datacrons are going to help you because your characters are fine. Like you have 5 GLs, you have 5 good GLs. Like you have an R9 JML, you have JMK, you have Ray SOKR, you have C. Those are good GLs, like really good GLs. You have an R9 third sister. You have like a lot of stuff. You have a lot of the things. Maul. You have like a good ground game. Your mods unfortunately aren't great, but your characters are great. But to maximize that, you need decent Datacrons, you need decent mods, and you need good fleets. So you're missing the mod piece on your. It seems like on your ground characters, maybe your mods are a little better, but your mods are pretty lackluster on your GLs. You have good characters. You do. Your ground game is good. It's okay, but you want to upgrade it. Start engaging in Datacrons, and I'm not telling you like drop money and whale on it or anything like that, but engage in it. Like if you look at if you look at content creators, they have Datacrons. You don't have to go crazy. Even Arnold, who like hates Datacrons, still has some Datacrons. He still like farms them. He still engages in conquest. Like he still has Datacrons, and it's important. And if you're leaving like that, it would be like an equivalent at top tier is just like not having mods. It's like you just deciding like I don't like mods. I'm just not going to engage in mods. I'm not going to farm mods. I'm not going to equip mods. Like it's that level. It's that strong at the top tier for Datacrons. So if you can start engaging in it in a little bit, it'll really help your account because you have a lot. And then I would say like if you can get your fleets up and running, even if you can get like profundity or the 2024 fleet or even I don't know how close you are to the Leviathan, but something like that would really like Savage. Like Savage is a great character. Get this dude up and running, slap an Omicron on him. Especially if you have Treya, like on defense, offense, whatever. Like this is an excellent character that you're just like leaving on the table. And he's super cheap, like super duper cheap. No Chirotech except for his finisher piece. Yeah, you have Malgus, you have Malik. So you're in a good position to farm the Leviathan if you wanted to. I would never tell someone to farm the Leviathan. Because it's kind of a lot. Yeah, you're in a really good position to farm the Leviathan if you wanted to. You would have to like farm this. But if I was you, I would make it like a ships year. I would go for ships, honestly. Like Profundity, Leviathan, Scythe, I would just farm them. I would just get them up, to be completely honest. I would like take your weakness because your ground game is fine. You can start working on your mods, you can start working on that. But like if you can get your fleet up and running, then you should be with how much time you have, what you have in your account. If you would have fixed your fleet, or if you like really go heavy on datacrons, then you could easily be in like Kyber 2 and you could be performing a lot better with this account. But this is a good account. This is it has a lot of potential. It's doing well. You're in Kyber 3, but it could be doing a lot better. Like you could be getting a lot better fleet placement. You could be, there's a lot more that you could be doing with this. So, all in all, I would say farm your ships, start engaging more with mods. If you have any questions, you're in my Discord, so just ask me if you have any questions, or if you don't understand anything, or if you want some clarification on anything. Like I'm always in there, but you can absolutely engage in more. And I would say like right off the bat, yeah, block off the north. Yeah, if you do that, you need some good datacrons. Music. That's what I was saying. Like if he had some great datacrons and some good mods, yeah, absolutely, he could win with what he has GL wise. But like get Rogue One up and running, Savage, get Profundity, Dark Trooper is a really good one. Like there's a lot of like important things you're missing. So something to think about. Also, you don't have Jabba. Yeah. So yeah, obviously Jabba, right? I think your Jabba is a great idea for you. So Jabba, Profundity into the 2024 fleet, and then maybe if you're not tired by fleet by then, Leviathan is what I would recommend. So Jabba, Profundity into, or even Jabba, Leviathan would probably be better. So if you can stomach it, I would say Jabba Leviathan would be an excellent farm for you. You're the first person I think I ever told to farm Leviathan in a review, to be completely honest, because it's like such an expensive farm. But I would say Jabba Leviathan would probably be an excellent farm for you. There's some side things you can farm that would probably be good, like getting your Dark Trooper and Range Trooper Gear 12, Dark Trooper R5, get R5 Savage. Those two things would like give you, the Imperial Troopers will give you 2 challenge tier 3s assault battles. So Savage is just like a powerhouse in Grand Arena, pairs well with like all Sith. So and then if you're yeah, and then Sidious, like so if you would have the Sidious Cron, like Darth Sidious is like an amazing solo character. So that's things where like the Crons really just help you out. Yeah, and then hopefully you'll get Bane soon. Hopefully you're close because you have a good account. You should be close to Bane, so you can get Bane. So okay, yeah. So Jabba into your next GL fleet. If you want to go for Profundity, go for Profundity. I would say I think Leviathan is probably the better of the two, of course, over time. But it's up to you. Yeah. So that would be my recommendation. Jabba into Profundity. All right. Who was the next person I said? James Glass, right? But that's my recommendation. I think there's a lot you can work on. There's a lot, but there's a lot. Your account has a lot of potential. You're doing really well. It's not that you're doing like your mods could use some work, but it's not like you're really close on fleets. You're like really close. You're like 90% of the way there. But if you just like finished it, get that TIE Defender up and running, get Scythe, then you have a Leviathan counter. then you can get even like profundity. Even if you just go profundity, executor profundity, that would really help you out in fleets. So you can take like Chimera, executor profundity on offense, and you can pretty much deal with whatever they put on defense. And then you can just throw your throw whatever, just cheese your fleets, and then now fleets is no longer an issue for you, and you have like meta ships to take out their ships, and then you can just put like, you know, negotiator, malevolence, radis or something on defense. So that's what I would do. Honestly, if I had your account, I would go Jabba into profundity, and then I would, or Jabba into Leviathan, and then I would just, you know, probably Leviathan, because that would help your fleet climbs. I would take the Leviathan to 7 stars, and then if you're not willing to take a ship to 7 stars, then just go profundity. Like the profundity at low gear is going to perform better. So have the executor profundity, Chimera on offense, and then put your other ones on defense. Yeah, no problem. But I think fleets, mods, datacrons, you're the biggest things that you need to do to work on to get better at Grand Arena. If you get those right, then you can just like continue to farm GLs, off meta counters, whatever you want. But you get those right, that'll really help. Side farms, Savage, Imperial Troopers. So if you get tired of farming like big things, farm those small things on the side, and then they'll do a lot, but it'll do a lot more for you. All right, Mr. Glass, are you still here? Seen Mr. James Glass? Nice, nice music. 2 powerhouse fleets. Proud of you, dude. Okay, you're still here. That's good. That's good. My music. You got to get those fleets. Got to get those fleets. Got to get that. Once I'm done with the Inquisitors, I'll have Scythe, and I'm going for Profundity. So I agree with you guys. I totally get it. Would I love my like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th GL? Yeah, but you know, like fleets is what, you know, separates the men from the boys. Fleets is what separates the men from the boys. So you gotta do that. All right, so James, 2.3 million galactic power, 1.3 in characters, 1 million in ships. A year played, so free. I would say this account is free to play, right? All right, did you say something? All right, I've been free to play except for the hyperdrive. Unfortunately, I wasn't active during Lightspeed Bundle. Currently, you're finishing up Gas Farm, and then I'm going to focus on Asat Battle Teams and Executor. I've been watching your modding and account hierarchy guide, so I'm trying to get as much resources as possible. I like that. You know what, James? I'm glad I reviewed your account, because you're a cool dude. I think you're a cool guy. You passed the cool, you know, if I had a cool meter, you know, and I just waved it and I was like, nah, 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 you know, just like a metal detector, it would be like off the charts in coolness. So I'm glad you're here. I like your style. Yeah, I would say like if you're willing to spend for the hyperdrive, and you're willing to spend for like not free to play, right? Because if you have the hyperdrive bundle, you broke your free to play cherry. So if you're just a light spender, which is totally fine, you only buy for things that are like a huge or great investment for your money, which I'm all about. You know, like I buy the Lightspeed bundles, I bought the hyperdrive bundles. I'm all about it. I don't spend money to buy gear or anything crazy like that, but you know, I'm all about that. This is pretty crap as far as your fleet. You chose the worst fleet captain there is. Capital ship pilot. I really don't like that after a year you don't have the executrix or the home one farmed up, so you kind of like ignored them, and then you went with the endurance, which is like, I would say the endurance is probably the worst capital ship pilot and the worst capital ship in the game, and that's the one that you took up. So whatever investment that you have in the endurance, like stop investing in it. It's a crap fleet. It's not good. So yeah, so I would have much like the home one and the Chimera or the home one and the executrix are actually used. Like executrix can, like, they're not ideal, right? Because Chimera takes all the Empire fleet from executrix so that it can counter Leviathan, but it can still counter like profundities if you split them. They're a good fleet because there's a lot of Empire here. And home one is still used as like a cleanup fleet, so it's still an okay cleanup fleet, and it's still a strong fleet if you don't have the profundity. So all in all, like, but endurance is crap, you know? Like endurance is what people use to like burn executors because it's like useless, and then it just allows you to join the game, and then the executor uses their specials. But you can do that with like a rank 1 level 1 endurance. Excuse me. So all in all, your fleets for a year played is pretty lackluster. At a year, you should have a lot more investment than this. I like that you have like some investment in the geos, but you need to start investing in. You need to start investing in the executor. So since you're farming that, you need to get the stars for IG 2000, get the stars for Xanadu Blood, get the stars for Slave 1, get the stars for the TIE Bomber. Right. Yeah, so farm the TIE Bomber. And then like since you're going for gas, you should have you should be going for the Galactic Republic. So this should be your first fleet with the negotiator. So all your get to should be going towards the negotiator. Where's a good place? There's no real like good place, Mordecai. You just have to like, I don't know, like Google or something. Um, like the lineups. Most people just know them, like, but there's no like set place like, oh, go here or go there. But you can like Google them, or like you can ask us in Discord. Someone nice might like separate them out for you. Um, but yeah, a lot of times it's just, most of them they just go together, like First Order just go together, the Separatist go together, the Galactic Republic just go together. So for the most part, like there's, like it just goes with their specific factions. But like if you look for like what's the best lineup or something, or the ideal way to use them, the Bit Dynasty is probably the best for fleets. Just learning fleets. Like that's how I learned like 90% of my counters on how to play this game. Like Bit Dynasty's guides are so good. Bit Dynasty watches them to learn how to counter stuff. Like that's how good he is he teaches himself how to do it. That's like, he's just an amazing guy. So like his fleet guides are just like top tier. So I would say like if you're looking for just like Bit Dynasty stuff, like for all these, like every single fleet, he's going to be the go-to guy to watch all that stuff. But yeah, so negotiator, like your get to needs to go towards the negotiator 100%. Still farm these guys passively, and then just work on one fleet at a time. One fleet at a time. So get the negotiator up and running, and then once you have the negotiator at 5 stars, start farming the malevolence too. So negotiator 5 stars, malevolence 5 stars, then go back to the negotiator to 7 stars, and then go back to the malevolence at 7 stars. So negotiator, malevolence, negotiator, malevolence. So 5, 5, 7, 7. Just because it's better to have both those fleets. Even a 5-star, not like 5-star, even if you only had what you have right now for the Separatist, like the Malevolence fleet is like so good, because you only need 2 fleets in the beginning, right, for Grand Arena. Like take Negotiator on defense and the Malevolence on offense or something like that, and that's strong, especially early game. So work one fleet at a time. So excuse me, like negotiator, like focus your energy on executor. So get negotiator, finish executor, and then side farm malevolence as you like get the executor stuff rolling, because it's going to be a long time. Gas, I would say it's important just to, even like as a side farm, Relic Grievous. I'm not a big fan of the gas rush, but since you're already like so committed to it, then go ahead and do it. Yeah, you just got to do it. Like just rip that band-aid off as fast as you can. Like get gas up and running, get the 501st up and running. You just got to do it. I would say once you have gas, like you have to at least Relic 3 his clones, and then get gas Relic 7 probably. But you will have like a Separatist team, you'll have a Galactic Republic team, you'll have a 501st team. You're pretty close to a CLS team. So I would say after you have gas, like feel free if you want to go with CLS, or if you want to hold off on that, like once you finish gas, get executor. So gas into executor. Is that ideal? No, it really isn't. I'm really not a big fan of the gas farm. It's just a lot. Like you can pretty much have farmed a GL for it, but you got to do what you got to do. So clones to R3 at least, gas to R7, and then like Grievous, farm Grievous, at least R3 minimum on Grievous. Because if you have his Separatist up and running, you R3 Grievous, that's totally fine. He's a Malevolence pilot. He's a really good, like, you need him for the droids. That droid team's going to be really useful for a really long time. Don't put it on defense, take it on offense. It's a much better offense team than a defensive team. You can put your Padme on defense. Just make sure you put something like a Mace Windu in there. Like even at this gear, like take Mace Windu on defense with Padme if you put that Padme team down, because if there's no Mace there, if there's no Commander Ahsoka Tano, or there's no C3PO, then Malik is just gonna solo that whole team. So you don't want that. You want you want them to use something expensive. So because she's a good team, it's just she can be cheesed by Malik. So to counter that, you just put in like Mace Windu or something. Or once you, honestly, I would say like even just getting a Qui-Gon, a quick little like get Qui-Gon, even low gear, like gear whatever, and put the Omicron on Qui-Gon, and that's a really good defensive team. Especially if he's super cheap if you get him to like gear 12. Slap that Zeta and the Omicron on him, then this Jedi Knight Anakin is just like chef's kiss. It'll be a really difficult team for them to beat. So, something to think about. If you want to, you can put Padme with Mace Windu, and then that like counters the cheese. But if you want like a better team, even on offense, like you can take like a super low gear Qui-Gon with the Omicron and this Relic 3 Jedi Knight Anakin. They'll kill Qui-Gon, and then Anakin just does his AoE and wipes the enemy team. Just make sure you put only Galactic Republic Jedi in there. And yeah, so you can do that. So something to think about. As far as like this gas farm is going to take you so long. So I would say while you're farming gas, use this opportunity to like farm your ships, like farm the Executor, farm your Malevolence ships, farm your Galactic Republic ships. Like just use this time to like farm your ships as well as you go through gas. Once you have gas, and the 501st up and running and Relic, and you have Grievous up and running and Relic, just go through, and I would say go for Executor, rush into Executor. After you have Executor and gas, I would say it's time for a GL. I would not recommend farming SOKR or Ray because you can just buy the Lightspeed bundles. So I would go for like Shard Farm for something like Jabba, and start getting him up and running. And then that way, once the bundles drop, then you can get like Jabba. You'll have gas, Executor, Jabba, Ray, SOKR really, really quickly. So yeah, so I would say that like that would be a good pathway. So finish gas, get 501st up to relics, start farming Executor. If you have Executor, all the relics for Executor, and you're just waiting for the ships, then a good side farm would be getting the CLS Rebels up and running to relics. That's a really good side farm. And then after that, once you have Executor, then start farming for Jabba. But in between Jabba, if you wanted to, you can get like your Imperial troopers up and running, because you'll have a R8 Piet, and then you just need like a Gear 12 Veers, a Gear 12 Range Trooper, a Gear 12 Stark, and then a R5 Dark Trooper, and then boom, you have like a powerhouse team that can finish 2 assault battles at Challenge Tier 3. So that would be my recommendation. It seems like a lot, right? Because I just like summarize like 6 months to a year's worth of farming for you. But you could always like check back on this video, but that would be my like if I had this account, that's what I would do and what I would recommend. So Yeah, finish gas because you're so close. Start farming executor like today. Start farming those ships, and then get your negotiator up and running. By the time you have executor up, you should be finished with gas, and then you can go like CLS rebels or hit Decepticons, into something like that. So that's my recommendation. So it's a lot. It's because it seems like a lot because gas is kind of like an island. Like of course he leads to like Lord Vader, but you shouldn't be farming Lord Vader. You're nowhere near him. He's not a good first GL. He's so expensive. I would not recommend it. But yeah, but that's my recommendation, my dude. So yeah, thanks for letting me look at your account. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on my channel. So everyone, thanks for hanging out. I would say this was a great stream, really fun. I really enjoyed streaming with Egnards. So really interesting dude, great guy. Yeah. So really appreciate all you guys hanging out, chilling. Let's see if there's someone for me to raid. Is there any other streamers on Twitch? Go to creator dashboard, stream manager, raid channel. All right, let's see if anyone here for Star Wars Galaxy. The Lost Swamp Rat. Okay, let's go raid him. All right, have a wonderful night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was fun. Had a blast. Now I'll see you guys next time. So take care. The YouTube worlds. Yeah, the YouTube worlds. Thanks for hanging out. Take care. I would say James Glass, if you could subscribe on my YouTube, that would be great. Or if you guys aren't subscribed on my YouTube, please subscribe. If you guys, in the description, there should be a Discord. If you join my Discord, there's a place where you can request account reviews. So if I didn't get to you this time, I'll get to you guys next time. So, or as soon as I can. But it's better to just get added on the list than not be on a list at all. So other than that, yeah, thanks for hanging out in the YouTube world. I would say on your way out, like and subscribe, please. And then I'll see you guys next time. So take care.